The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the Bigot Army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Grifter Zone.
Good moo! Oh, you found your moo!
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. No. How is it my fault? What? The bragging gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on. But that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. He knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay. I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cuck Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
can I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so then
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends? Did your social credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter!
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
Pro-black Twitter hoes!
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
I'm tired of you! Drops, retard. Robocock.
Program is meant for
にゃんち
そうだ。
テレビ
つけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメスパイ
あやこれ好き
よりによって
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと
ワクワク
have. It's been crazy with YouTube lately. Yo, shout out to Hypno for the 10 who says video game controller evolves into a muscled version of itself under the word level plus. It's a sticker. Oh shit, it's a sticker. Bro, I literally read out what it says on the Restream fucking app.
Is the man retarded?
That's literally what it describes your guys' sticker as. Bro, because I didn't know it was a sticker, motherfucker. Oh my god. Leave me alone. I just thought that Smash had a boomer moment of some sort. Turns out I had the fucking boomer moment. What is this? What is this life, dude? Thank you guys for... Man, fuck y'all, man. I'm so over this.
Smash, why'd you mess up the intro?
Why'd
you mess it up?
I had nothing to do with that.
Smash, you're the only one with admin access. Why'd you mess it up?
You revoked admin access like 3
That's how you know you're lying, Smash. You can't even get the sentence across. God damn it, man. Chat, I'm so sorry. It's because of Smash. The intro got messed up, but it was still legendary regardless. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Hypnosis, episode 147. Damn, we're getting close to 150. We're getting close to 150.
Yeah.
Man. This is going to be insane. Technically 151 like legendary Pokemon, but we don't talk about that one episode, do we? Do we? We don't talk about that one episode. Anyway, shout out to you guys. Yeah, we got a lot we got to talk about, man. There's been a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, a lot of ugly stuff happening in gaming right now, and it's been an interesting week to say the least. We got a very special guest today with us, the one and only Mike Hollow. Say what's up, Mike Hollow. How you doing?
Hey guys, hey chat. Thanks for having me, Hypno. Very excited to be here.
That is high levels of excitement. I could feel it. I can feel it in my soul. He is 100% excited to be here.
In my defense, it is 1 a.m. in the UK, and I was out all day. But I'll try to keep the energy levels up.
It's okay. It's all good. I'm sure you're gonna have more energy to Smash by the end of this anyway, so it's fine. Thank you so
at
much.
least I'm not like the clip show known as Atreus right now, all right?
Who is the first one here? Because look, he's the first box. What a legend!
Let's go.
What a legend! That's amazing. When has Atreus ever been?
I was the
first
fifth
box?
one here, and I'm at the bottom. What happened?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He's first box. That's got to be a good moment. All right, guys, let's do our intro. Show everybody who we are. Obviously, the intro is a little bit different. R.I.P. to Ryan Rogerathe. The man is officially dead, but he lives on in our souls. And like I said before, we have the real life fake wizard. That is Ryan Rogers' replacement. So shout out to him. Welcome to his first actual episode of SNH as a panel member. So this should go really well. Hopefully, we'll see.
Hopefully,
Treyas. Hopefully, yeah. Treyas, take it away, man. What's going on with you? You look depressed. You all right?
I told you to find me a white, and you only got a fucking wizard.
Right. You know what? It's fine. He could go on the bottom.
We used to have a grand wizard. Now it's just a regular wizard. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm not even a real wizard. I'm a fake wizard.
And that's the worst part about it.
Name.
I told him to find me a white with a vibranium whip, and he came to me with a fucking whatever. Well,
we have a black and he's a fake cowboy.
We had
so
a clan wizard,
there's
and
a lot
I
of
replaced
cosplay.
him with a non-clan wizard. How is that a bad thing?
How do you kick Cassie?
We got the Will Smith
wizards in my show.
SNH over here, man.
No, what's good? Welcome to Saturday Night Hypnosis. I just want y'all to let me know that I just want to let y'all know that in the group chat, these niggas been ignoring me for a week straight. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Y'all was crying out for help earlier this week because my computer was tripping. I was in chat begging for help. I sent like an entire paragraph. These niggas just kept on talking about whatever the fuck they be talking about.
Did it go through?
Wait, what?
If I'd seen it, I would have replied. You know me.
No.
I legit did not see it. I swear. I always help you. What are you talking about?
I was suffering. My computer was wigging the fuck. No, it's still wigging the fuck out. I don't know what's going on with it.
So
But anyway,
it might not have gone through.
no. I set this on my phone. Good try, Smash.
try.
Maybe because you're trying to be a little too fancy with that fake little bokeh effect you got going on behind you.
What do you mean?
You got a nice little blurred. You got a little blurred background going on. Trying to be a little professional. Oh, it's just dirty. Got it.
Oh my god!
You just made it worse. You made it worse.
Oh, I would have laughed so hard if that had made everything blurry.
Oh, now it's streaking. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Wow. Now you got this thing going off the side.
It was
said,
actually a
"That's
really
software,
cool
motherfucker."
effect, and he screwed
Man, how
it up.
dirty is your finger, bro? That's crazy.
Professional journalists, ladies
Get a
and gentlemen.
microfiber towel, please, and clean your camera. Anyway, continue your intro.
Yeah, just make sure y'all subscribe and do all those good things. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. Speaking of getting up in here, Smash JT. Go ahead, man.
Hey, yo.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, yo. So I've noticed everyone's favorite failed gaming journalist has been starting her persistent attacks against people over the past few days.
We don't talk
And-
about people like that here.
No, I know. She who shall not be talked about is now
What,
talking
Liz
about
Mercante?
me out there. Yeah.
Oh my god!
She's talking about me again. And I'm like,
Next.
Really?
Next
Is that the police over there?
conversation. What a waste of our lives.
I
Holy
recorded a
shit.
48-minute show mentioning that and got into the post-production room and there was no sound.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
the
terrible.
worst.
That was her. She did that.
That's
Definitely.
the worst.
Anyway, next
I
Smash.
covered like 8 topics.
We've all been there, man. I'm sorry.
Get through your intro, sir. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, it's been an eventful week. Hypno's been completely destroying her on X. And yeah.
Are we still talking about this bitch? You got nothing else to talk about?
Well, no, that's really
How was your day, Smash?
No
My
one
day's
cares
been
about
busy, too.
irrelevisa.
Okay, so real quick, I got a shit show of a July coming up with a lot of moving parts as far as where I'm going to be and how I'm going to be. So I'm trying to set up a portable PC situation. And
Thanks
that
to?
is- what's that?
Thanks to
Thanks to someone here that gave me a lot of advice.
Wow.
this
Wow.
motherfucker, man. I swear to God.
No, shout out to Hypnotic for the heads up on what I should be doing and how to
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
That's
For all our
for
sakes,
impact.
thank you. But yeah, so that's what I've been spending most of my time outside of this on. It never stops. It never stops. But anyways, on to the next.
Have fun. Have fun on your adventure or whatever you're doing.
Yes.
Sheepsidian, please tell me you got something other than journalists.
Absolutely. First off, I want to thank the Hood from Ironheart for being the guest on the show. Shout out to you. Second, I want to introduce my return to collecting manga.
Finally, let's go.
Delicious in Dungeon. Now, I'm going to start collecting that right there. That's going to be the next one going in.
You're not getting the
No,
box set.
No,
No?
I don't
No?
buy box sets of stuff like that I don't know much about. Like the most I know about this is like some clips on Twitter, and they're pretty funny. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and buy the first volume, see how it goes. That's
Fair
not how I shop. Nonetheless, Pal World dropped their new Terraria update, and it's just actually pretty fucking silly. It's wild. I've been playing it recently. I've been letting it auto farm as well, and I'll be playing it again tonight on stream. So if y'all want to show up for that, please do. Otherwise, yeah, I've just been working as I normally do. Not paying much attention to a lot of what's been going on Twitter, aside from everybody apparently people like Ironheart. They like Ironheart.
No one likes Ironheart.
Nobody likes Ironheart.
I haven't seen anyone
Except for
like
maybe that one racist guy that went off on Mike. He probably likes
That was
Ironheart.
hilarious.
That shit was funny as hell.
If you don't
Yeah, it
like
was.
Ironheart, you're racist. That's just the truth. So sorry.
That's so
Actually,
2019.
that's pretty much all I got.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's all I got.
For people asking about Kata, Kata had to take off this week. And then Leon's got 2 more weeks he's got to take off. So, because last week was his first week, and then he's got 2 more after that. So this is the second one. So they'll be back whenever they come back. But we got a full crew, so we're hanging out. All right, our special guest, man. We got Mike Hollow, the legend himself. He who shall lose to me but beat Smash JT in fighting games. Shout out to
I'm
Mike
still,
Howler. What's
I'm
up, man?
still
How you
waiting
doing?
to
Wait,
hear what
I
fighting
beat
games
you
are.
in fighting games. Hold on. Wait.
That's
What?
because I let you and barely, and you only
That's
clipped the
cope.
3 wins that you got when I was half asleep still. So it's
A
okay.
lot of cope. A lot of cope.
Anyway,
Guys,
stop
I'm gonna be
interrupting,
real
Mike.
with you. I watched you both playing. Neither of you want this. I promise you, it's best to stand down. Although what I will say is that you are a little bit better on Marvel 3. I think it was Marvel 3. I watched you playing Hypnotic than I thought you'd be. But yeah, you don't want this smoke, Hypno. So let's park
Listen,
that.
I'm gonna say you're probably right, but as a real gamer, I'm gonna talk massive amounts of shit as if you're wrong.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
That's what a real gamer would do.
I'm gonna see it through, and I'll take that 90 loss to that 1 win that I'm gonna get. But that 1 win's gonna catch. I'm telling you.
That 1 win is going to be that high.
And you're gonna not stop talking about it when it happens.
I'm terrible at fighting games, but I like talking shit anyway. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
What's been going on with me? To be honest with you, like my content seems to like be taking a slight change. Just because Tekken 8 has not really delivered the way I wanted it to, so I've been doing some other things and sort of like getting into the Smash Bros controversy side of fighting games.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy.
That's just so fucking funny.
I see the comment section on that video, man. It's wow. I thought Wizards Nintendo video comment section was bad, but holy shit, man. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, there's things that I haven't put on YouTube yet that are like really. I don't think I'm going to because I think they're criminal. So I'm probably gonna like advise the people involved to go to the police. But yeah, that scene is something else. Outside of that, just I've just been playing Bleach Rebirth of Souls. To be honest with you, the other fighting game's not really doing it for me right now. And,
how do you feel about that game?
It's a massive letdown, and it's also very impressive at the same time. It's hard because it's got a very interesting battle system. And it's very unique with the way that you play it, but it didn't launch with ranked. It didn't launch with spectator. We've got ranked now, but it came 3 months later, so the player base is basically dead. So I don't know. It's a bit of a mess.
I only have about I think 16 hours in it, or like 15.7, something like that. And I got to be honest with you, man. I was super excited to play it, but I also felt majorly let down by it. I felt like and maybe I'm just not getting the battle system. Maybe I that could be honest, but I just kind of like I don't know, dude. I expected something totally different. I don't know.
The battle system is very unique. When you get into it, it's really cool. It can be a little bit like doing a bit of maths when you're playing. Damn.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This is that game. This is that Bleach game that was advertised as like a Souls-like game, right?
No. I think you're thinking of something else. This is a fighting game.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Just been out enjoying myself, traveling around the UK. Going to be going to parts of Europe with friends soon, so won't be on YouTube as much. But trying to make my way back to Japan. Might be there for a year. We'll see what happens.
Oh, fuck off! I'm so sick of everybody talking about going to Japan. My broke ass still here. Take me with y'all, man. Fuck.
It's only a couple of hours from where I live, and I've never been either.
You'll be fine.
Trey, shut up.
You don't even know what Trey said, and you're just like, Trey, shut up.
No, he said about cheating, it would be a problem. I ain't cheating.
Oh, okay, true. There you go.
He hates a faithful nigga. That's me.
In any case, Mike, thank you for joining us tonight, man. I appreciate it, and I'm happy to have you. Let's go to Wyatt.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Wyatt's Metal. I'm also now doing some gaming content. I've named my gaming channel WM Games, Wyatt Metal Games for short. I've been doing a lot of modding content over there, so go check that shit out if you're interested in it. Being angry at YouTube for suppressing everybody's channels like we all are. And yeah, here to talk shit like I usually do.
Fuck yeah. Sounds good. Speaking of talking shit, Cassie, take it away.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Glad to be here as always. Good to have Mike on. And just spent the weekend like fucking, duct tape Gorilla Glue with my new PC.
What?
It didn't blow up yet, so that's
what
a
is what
W.
everybody's PC's blowing up. This is crazy, man.
I mean, like, dude, I have never had a straightforward PC build ever. Like, this is the second time, and it's always like, I mean, the first time was more disastrous because I had everything up and running, and then out of nowhere, my M.2 broke within the first month. Yeah,
that's bad.
thankfully it wasn't within the first month. I got a free replacement. But yeah, that was fucking disastrous. But it's good when it finally is all done, and then you're just like, holy shit, my child that I birthed into this world. But yeah, still working out the kinks and the little stuff. But I'm excited, man. The freaking thing looks sexy as hell. So yeah, that's all good. But I hope everyone is having a very good weekend.
Hell yeah. Wizard, our new panel member. Shout out to you, man.
Woo.
The
Shout
fuck is
out.
on your
Yeah.
head, man.
You know what? I'm still traveling, so I'm not back at Wizard HQ. So I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with the this aesthetic until I get back to the Wizard headquarters. But I'm happy to be here. This is my first official panelist stream. I'm disappointed. Smash JT screwed up the intro of my first show. I'm disappointed
Not
with
surprised.
that.
Not surprised.
I'll never forget it, actually. But
almost seems purposeful, to be honest with you.
Trauma. You know what? It does, which is a shame because and everybody should know this, but Smash and I will be together at the Southeast Gaming Exchange in South Carolina.
Same hotel and everything,
July.
right?
Sorry.
Different rooms. Different rooms.
Well, we'll be at the event together. I don't know
Adjoining,
about
right? It's like
hotel
adjoining
situation.
rooms in case somebody wants to open up the doors, let's say at like 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning, you know?
Different.
You know, if you're getting lonely.
Just blazing that Barry White.
I wouldn't take it that far. I'm trying to do a shameless plug for an event we're going to be at.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But I am happy to be here. I just got an email yesterday. It's my second hate mail email I've ever gotten. I posted it on Twitter.
Saw the first
I invite all of you to go and look at that. The first one is pretty nasty. It was a blackmail that somebody was trying to blackmail me. The second one hit
I thought
me
you were
with a
profiling.
racial slur. They hit me with an Asian racial slur, thinking that I'm
Does
Asian.
it rhyme with kink?
I'm not.
I saw that. That was
Yes.
fucking funny as shit, man.
Yes.
I saw that too.
They think you're Asian.
And
I'm telling you, I don't know who gets it more, you or Hollow. Like Hollow fucking in his comments, bro. Oof.
They said some crazy
all I
shit.
did, all I've ever really said is the corporations are the bad guys, and people
And that's
want
true.
my head for
People
it.
don't like that.
And
The
all I have to
multi-billion-dollar
say
company alone.
is,
Imagine defending the corporation.
good God, Kata.
Damn, Kate is out here just being real gay in the chat. Why am I not surprised?
Damn.
Insane.
That's my intro. Happy to be here.
Shout out to you, man. Welcome.
Glad you're here.
And then, last but not least, we got the legend himself, Will of the Fans.
Hello,
Take it away, man.
everybody.
Been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. It's good to be back on the show. I'm sorry I have missed the last couple because I've been a bit busy with sort of family stuff. You guys, most of you know already what's going on with me. I'm having a baby
Yay.
soon. Had a bit of a false alarm, bit of just a heavy time. It's messed up my scheduling and everything as well. So apologies for that. We will get back to normal in the next couple of weeks. Of course, the planets aligned and I woke up just in time for this. And I thought, well, damn, I'm going in there. I want to talk to the boys and the girl, of course. But we're here. We're ready to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly from gaming. Welcome to Fake Wizard. Pleased to have the opportunity to rant together again like we did before on my show. And I'm preparing to review Red Dwarf for the first time on WTF Live tonight. So make sure you check that out if that's
that's a good show.
what floats your boat. Yeah. We've just had enough of Doctor Who. We need a palate cleanser. So we're going into
You've been on that for a long time.
yeah. It's enough, like let's watch
Yeah.
something that's good. But there you go. Now it's time to pretend to be real life professional journalists. So let's get it. Thanks for having me.
Let's do it. Except we're not journalists, because fuck that.
So I
All
said
right.
pretend.
Oh, real quick.
Oh, here we go. You said journalist. He gets fucking hard as hell. Go
There it
ahead.
is. There it is.
I saw.
He's
how to
texting
train-
Ron right now.
What is going on? I saw How to Train Your Dragon last weekend. It was awesome.
Sorry.
You ran a train on who?
Wait, how did you go from hold on, time out. How did it I'm gonna ignore that guy with the fucking
I thought that was
dirty,
funny.
with the dirty camera. How did you go
Oh,
from
man.
journalist to How to Train a Dragon? Like, where's the
'cause-
correlation with
'cause-
that?
He's used to
Will
dealing with.
He was thinking of
irrelevant listeners
monsters.
I can't take.
No, Will was talking
Oh.
about the Red Dwarf thing. I was like, oh yeah, I watched something really cool. So I wanted to just say that.
I don't
It's,
see the.
it's because
I
he's
don't
used to dealing with irrelevant. That's why.
Yes.
know. Great. All right. autistic as ever. We need to get into the content. We got a lot we got to go over. Capcom's going to be a major point of discussion, I think, tonight with the spotlight, and I want to get some opinions on it, see what people are feeling out there. We got Steam Summer Sales we got to go over. A lot of interesting things there. We got Randy Pitchford back in the news again.
Oh, Lord.
He does best, which is not shutting up. And then we got some final
like that.
talk, Square Enix talk. Yeah, it seems like that. But before we do any of that, of course, we got to do the number one segment that is on YouTube, the segment that makes a lot of people very upset. And that segment is known all around the world as
Pre-stream legends, baby.
Money, 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 print money, money, cash, money,
Money, wealth.
capitalism, raise a bunch of money, money, more money, 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 heaps and heaps of money, 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 print money, money, cash, money,
Money, wealth.
capitalism, raise a bunch of money, money,
Super chat
money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
I like how Kata's not in the stream, but he's in the chat just being gay as fuck. Like, how is this? What is going on here, bro? Like, what are we, Kata? What are we doing, bro?
He longs to be a
There's
groupie,
something
man.
he wants to say.
He longs for something, all right. I don't know what it is. But in any case, the good
Something
news,
wide.
ladies and gentlemen, is that while Atreus' camera is still broken and still dirty, we finally fixed StreamYards, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We got our super chats back
Yay.
on the screen.
Hey.
Because
Did
for
you
some
figure out
reason-
what it was, or was it just fixed itself?
StreamYard.
It just literally fixed itself. I was going
That's
crazy.
hysterical.
I took off Friday because I had a lot of things I had to do. Plus, I wanted to focus on fixing that. I tried logging out, logging back in again. Didn't work. I emailed support, all kinds of nonsense. And then literally like at like 2:30 in the morning, I log in and I go into the I have like a test room. I go into the test room and then they're just there.
I
I'm
wonder
like,
if emailing support
the
actually
fuck?
helped.
I know. I got a response, a very automated response, and before I could respond back to them, it worked.
They
So-
definitely looked into it then.
I don't
have
know,
something
bro.
to do with you. That's
I
weird.
have no idea. It's very weird, but it works, so that's fine. Dead Star with a 2 say his Hypnotic's legal name is Harry Colin. Wow, geez, thanks, bro. Thank you. Saint Hugo for a 2. FMK Laura, Jill, Eve, Hail Chat, and panel. I can't do a fuck, Mary, kill, bro. Are you? We'll
Oh,
make.
sorry,
we'll
I
have
brought
Mike
this.
Hollow do it. Go ahead.
I fuck Eve.
Based.
I would kill Jill and marry Laura.
Jill's high maintenance.
What?
Constantly
What?
transforming.
Oh my god, Laura
Jill
doesn't
tried
know
to
how
kill
to
me.
be a wife. Oh my god.
Laura's
I'm-
gonna be
I'm-
out
I'm
fucking digging
thinking-
rocks. You're not gonna be
I'm
able to marry her.
Laura's
Classic-
kind of a
classic
selfish
Laura.
bitch.
That's a
We're
tough
talking-
one.
We're talking about Laura.
You guys
Croft,
wouldn't
though.
marry Eve.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'd switch Laura and Eve, but that's basically.
I'd consider it.
Marry Eve. I'd kill Laura. And you
What?
know, pretty much. Laura sucks in comparison to Jill.
See why you can't ask these questions? Because
Are we
nobody's
talking
ever gonna agree.
Laura, original Laura? Or are we talking?
We're
the-
definitely not talking modern audience, Laura.
trans
No,
No,
Laura.
no, he's talking 1990s Laura.
we're not talking fucking Call of Duty or whatever, Laura. Like, no, thank you.
Why does everyone call her Laura? There's no U in her name.
Lara.
Laura.
I'm from Boston.
Laura.
What do you want out of me?
How do you say car? How do you say car?
Ah,
Car.
Oh, I
Boston.
didn't realize you were from Boston.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
I mean, look how you motherfuckers say garage. Like, what the fuck is
Garage.
that, bro?
Garage.
What the fuck is that?
Garage.
That sounds
It's
crazy.
garage.
Bro, y'all are
Rhymes with
crazy.
marriage.
I'm just saying. Death Star with a 2. Rumor has Hypnotic has a brother named Fuzzy. Definitely not. Definitely not. That's Smash. Nick for
Definitely
3 months says, I got thrown out of the zoo for arranging the squirrels by height. They didn't like me criticizing. Oh, come on, bro.
Wow. Really?
Jesus.
that was a
Good
roundabout
one.
one.
That was
Yeah, use,
ridiculous.
I like
yeah,
that
use
one.
that, Mike. That shit is, that's all
I'm gonna
night,
use
man.
that.
That was very
Zelosi
good.
for 14 months. I blame Girth JT.
What the?
Same.
So do you
Well,
know
we
what
that's
spawned
not true because of his response.
that? Do you know what spawned that whole Girth thing? Because I saw Atreus freaking out about it. I saw Smash just like. So that happened from Griffcast.
Right.
For some reason, the chat just thought it was a great idea to start naming things with Girth, but with popular titles like movie titles and stuff.
Oh.
And I was like, y'all need to take that shit and bring it to the other streams and don't explain them what's going on. So that's what they did.
Ah. Okay.
So
that
make
makes
me?
more sense because I missed that one.
What does
Yeah,
that
it
make
all
you? I
makes
don't know.
sense.
I have no idea. Death Star 102. Another rumor is Hypnosis is Relieva : Bro,
That's actually kind of funny.
That's no, it's not. Next is Nocturne with 5 memberships. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You legend. Adair Soto dropping a banger. 1 membership. Then we got Bud dropping a 5 membership as well. Shout out to Bud. Fucking legend. Then we got Raptor Kratos with a 2. Says level 10 gayness for being this late. It was all Smash, man.
Yeah.
According to the
I was
poll,
literally the first one here.
62% said it was Smash JT.
Well, I mean, the majority can be wrong sometimes in life.
Not in that. Hubert with 1 membership. Shout out to you.
Sound like a
Dave
leftist
Stone
saying
with 1
that shit.
membership. Shout out to you. Caramel Beast with the 10 memberships. Shout out to you. Fucking legend. And then we got Oracle of Doom with a 199. Hail Bigot Army. What's up, Oracle? Hope you're doing well. Next is Nocturne with a 10 for the entire panel. If you had to remove an entire genre of games, what genre would you remove and why? My
Cozy.
answer is gotcha games. I didn't even finish, motherfucker. God damn. Always cutting off people of color, bro. I'm crazy. My answer is gotcha games because of the pay to win features, because it's a hostile practice. Smash.
Cozy.
Yeah, but what's cozy?
Why?
Like, there's some horror games that they call them cozy horror. Like, what do you?
Then get rid of cozy horror. I don't know. I used to be cool with like some of those. I feel like every cozy game has been invaded by developers that have an agenda that they want to push with it, and it's like it almost feels like a cozy genre is a road or a path to
Yeah,
indoctrination.
but then if you get rid of cozy, technically you get rid of games like the Midnight Walk, which is an amazing game.
Well, there still can be some good ones in there, but no matter what genre
Not
you
if
get
you
rid
take
of, you're
them
gonna
and
get-
you make them disappear.
well, I mean, I'm just saying, no matter what genre you get rid of, you're gonna get rid of some good games in that genre. That's all I'm saying.
That's not true.
That is. Name
No.
one that you can't.
Anything you play,
That's not a genre.
it should be. You know how they have Sweet Baby Ink
It
Detected? Let's
should
go with
be.
Smash JT Detected. How about that? Let's go with that. Let's go
I
with that.
play good games.
You play whatever I play. Captain Killagun
Oh!
with a 5. Nah, no, late in game.
You,
Like the
no,
Puerto Rican idiot.
hold up, time out.
Sorry, Savage. Sorry, did
There
I
it
pronounce
goes.
that
You
wrong?
play like every game
Damn
that
it,
comes
bro.
out. So of course, whatever I play, you're gonna say you played what I play. It's like
That's
I can't
not
keep
true
up
because
with
by
you.
the time you're done with 1, I finished 20.
Yeah, I can't.
That's true.
I play at a different pace. That's all.
Mm.
Play something
Hypnotic
Smash
isn't
would never
human,
play.
dude.
We're calling it pace. Okay, that's fine. I understand. Captain with a 5. Nah, Hypno late and gay like the Puerto Rican that he is. Us Latinos always late, but no, that's black people. But Hypno extra gay, that's white people. So you got me confused with somebody else. I don't know who, but we're not late or gay. Well, actually, that's not true because that weird Latino guy that deleted his account.
Did you just say white people are gay? Because I'm the biggest breeder here.
Breeder.
Damn.
Breeder.
You got that breeding fit. All right, listen, it is what it is.
What the hell is Sammy Sosa?
No
what's
judge.
that guy's name that was fucking being hardcore racist against white people in his on his main account for his tabletop game? What is that guy's name? He deleted his
All
account.
activists?
Any
No.
Oh, the
leftist-
dude from
I would
TSR.
just what? Who?
The TSR guy.
Yeah, whatever. What's
I can't remember.
Wonderfield?
Was he
from
Wonderfield,
TSR?
Wonderfield.
He was
Wonderfield?
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh, that guy was something
yeah.
else.
Yeah, he's from
very
TSR.
gay.
He's
Very good.
he's the founder.
Can I hear an owl?
That's
Pretty much.
I hear something.
St. Hugo with a 5. How about an idle clicker based on chat activity shown in the stream corner? Maybe a custom SNH something per week should be possible. Well, I mean, listen, if you download an auto clicker and you leave it on the reaction button, I'm just gonna say that might be a good thing, depending on if you want to do that. Chicken Senpai BB 499 with the fried chicken. Shout out to you. Oracle of Doom with the 5222. Thanks for being real. It means more than you know. Hail the Bigot Army. Sincerely, 1 out of hope, dude. Don't be out of hope. What are you talking about? Oracle of Doom?
Ever black pill.
Like that. Never. Never be out of hope.
Never be out of hope.
Is always another side.
Yeah, man. What they said.
What the
I'll tell
fuck?
you, whenever I'm
Big
feeling down,
happy
I always
thoughts.
think, damn, there's some games that I really want to get to.
Yeah, if you're ever feeling down, just go through your Steam backlog. And if you don't have a Steam
Exactly.
backlog, just hit
I'm
me up on
sorry.
Steam. I'll make sure you got a Steam backlog. Don't worry.
For
about it.
real, yeah.
Hey, yo.
Nocturne How is that gay? You really gonna turn that gay?
You just gotta,
Clean
you
your
gotta,
fucking
you gotta
camera,
make sure
bro. You got a microfiber. You got a microfiber.
You got to make sure you pronounce the log and backlog, bro. And even still, I'm gonna make sure you have a backlog. Like, come on.
Do you have a
You thinking
microfiber
about the
towel?
log?
Backlog.
That
sounds gay.
Let me
That's
think.
what
Are
I'm
they
saying.
all-
That's what makes it gay. Thank you, Cassie, for
Is
helping my
every
case.
microfiber towel in your house dirty?
Nah, I mean,
Are they stuck together?
I kind of like this fit.
Bro, he got the Diddy oil everywhere. It is what it is, bro.
Clean your camera, bro. You got the what the? How do you say this? I'm just to say China for it too. Welcome to the dude from ZZ Top.
Who getting some top?
Isn't that just in
Wizard.
I
time?
think that's me.
Isn't that just in time's avatar?
Trying to have
Me
cat.
with the hat.
Nice.
It is just the
Respect.
sir.
And then
What
this fucking
happened?
guy,
Why
bro.
is everyone using their handles now? Is that
Because
did
YouTube sucks
do that?
dick. It's because
Mr.
YouTube is gay.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say to this other than it's insane. Shout out to Mr. Rouge for the $500 Red Boy. I mean,
Woo!
I'm
Mr. Rouge, I
I'm gonna
miss
play a
you.
song. That's all I got.
Just glad I stopped doing my
Everybody's
exhibition
face
again.
when it switches to Ubisoft and the guy comes, it's hilarious, bro. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't remember Kiryu doing that.
Yeah, that's Ubisoft's Kiryu edition. Anyway, Mr. Rouge, 500, bro. Thank you. Says for all the haters. Yes, there's a lot of them, but that's okay. They need entertainment too, and we provide it. Shout out to you.
Mr. Rouge is
Proctor
a
File for a 2 says, sup, Mike? How's it going, man?
How's it going, Proctor File?
Good. Chicken Senpai for 189. Yo, Mike Hollow. Hope you're doing great.
Doing good, bro.
Captain for a 2 saying, Georgia Peach Atreus, clean that smudge. Shaking my head.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's kind of sus. That's sus as fuck, bro. What the hell?
Eric Jenkins, 499. You people crack me up. Yes, you people, and not y'all.
Hey, yo, Eric Jenkins, you
What
gotta
you
hit
mean
me
by
up.
you people?
That picture is crazy.
Eric Jenkins. Eric Jenkins.
That is
For all
crazy.
the
You gotta hit
person
me
in the
up.
chat, the person who owns that account is black. Okay, for just one, like, just gotta put that out there.
Assuming.
The Monkey King.
No, there's no assuming. He's definitely
Is
black.
that supposed to be Wukong?
It's
It's supposed to be
Bunker,
Wukong
yeah.
with a banana on his staff. I'm just saying. Anyway, Atreus, what were you saying? Eric Jenkins.
You guys were worried about Spear Chucker, man.
What do you need from Eric Jenkins? You
I
need
need
a
him to
banana?
hit me up because we're trying to get an Airbnb for Dragon Con for after party in Atlanta.
You're gonna have an after party with Eric Jenkins?
You want to be called a monkey in person? Like what?
That's
What is
crazy,
this?
bro. What's wrong with you? Just don't pass out in front of him.
Oh my God, no,
Oh, Lord.
no.
Dragon
We'll
Reborn for
find out
3
what that
months.
banana is.
Hypnotic and all of SNH. Thank you all for the great hard work and being real. Y'all are so greatly and truly appreciated. Thanks and cheers. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the support for 3 months, you legend. We got Nico with a CLP 5,000. Shout out to you. Dev Cracker Gaming for a 2 here. Buy a box of Lens Wipe for Atreus.
I'm telling you, every time I look at Atreus' screen, it reminds me of like one of those Lifetime movie flashbacks when the person's
Right.
dead. And they're,
I know exactly what you're
Oh, it's
talking about.
terrible.
God damn.
Terrible. No, Novella's got that shit too, man.
Yep.
When somebody's in a casket and the girl's like fake crying and shit.
Yep.
And it's like, ay, Dios mío, no, you know. It's bad. We got Dragon Reborn for a 5. What did the pirate say when he was asked about the steering wheel in his pants? Arr, it's driving me nuts.
love that.
God damn it, man. God damn it. Oh, man, bro, Eric Jenkins just gives me a game. I'm not even going to open it right now because I already know it's a troll. Frank Castle with a 2. Red Dwarf, Black Adder, bottom funniest shows ever. I don't know why I put that up.
Those are great shows.
I like Toast of London is funny as hell too.
Blue Octopus for a 2. Hope you have a girthy stream and girth the stream. Always. We got Bud with another 10 memberships.
Damn,
Shout out
Bud.
to Bud. Thank you so much. Guys killing it. We got Gamer Nurse Gale for a 2. What's worse than raiding cats and dogs? Hailing taxis.
Oof.
I'm sorry, Gamer Nerd Scale. We got Yamato for a 2. Smash JT the movie. How to Train Your Urinalist.
There it is.
Yo.
He wouldn't make something like that, dude.
Uranalist.
Jesse with a 5 membership. Shout out to Jesse. Thank you so much, man. We got Dragon Reborn for another 5. Can you tell which nurse at the hospital is the head nurse? She's the one with the red knees. That was good. Oh,
Damn.
I'll give you that.
Yo, that's
That was
crazy.
good.
Great.
Dragon Reborn. Good job. Good job. Colonel Rub for a 5. Sir, a new shipment of special Pokemon just came in. Here are your choices. Gunavore, Homopuff, Macaque, Bigot 2, and Luracisio. What the fuck? Luracisio? I just give me Gunavore.
Gunavore, exactly. That's what I
Give
was
Leon,
thinking.
give Leon Homopuff.
Bigot 2.
You could give Smash, Bigot 2, and Will probably. And I guess give like the cock one to Atreus or something. That's fine. We got Tradicius with a 10. What happened to last night, Hypno? Took off. Had a lot of work I had to do, unfortunately. People really freak out if I take off for a day. I posted on YouTube about it, but of course they don't give it to everybody. Fear the Haggis for a 2. Smash, play Mr. Furry. You then you can say don't play same. So he's saying if you play Mr. Furry, then you could say you don't play the same games as me.
I'd probably play Lufia or Star Ocean or something.
Sure. St. Hugo with a 690. There was an ABF joke here, but YouTube gave me a trigger warning. Oh my god.
I like that. I like that.
And then last but not least on YouTube, BioT Wolf with a 5. What happens when Sam pulls Ganondorf's finger for a second time? Gandalf released Morwen.
Did you say Ganondorf? That sounds like really threatening.
Oh, I did say Ganondorf. What's wrong?
I think you meant like
Wow.
Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what's wrong with you?
You put
Imagine
those
that
two
hybrid.
together. That's some power. Right
Wow,
there.
that is a powerful combination. Okay, let me say that again. What happens when Sam pulls Gandalf's finger for a second time? Gandalf released Morwen. There you go. My bad. I don't know why I was thinking of Ganondorf at that point. That's terrible. Actually, that's not terrible when you think about it. It's a pretty cool combo. All right, we got Rumble. Snooty Mims with a 20. Hail Hypnotic and Hypnocast. Hail Rumble, the platform for free speech. Hail chat. What's up, Snooty? How you doing? Thank you for the 20. Then we got a Dare Soto with a 20. Today is going to be an awesome stream. Today, like and subscribe on Rumble and YouTube or X. Not only that, I'm very excited today because my favorite VTuber has returned. Her name is Saba. Who the fuck is Saba?
Isn't that the White Ranger's sword?
What?
Pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't remember. Butter Biscuit for $1. Had a funeral today. I'm sorry. For my best friend's mom. So what better way to feel better than listening to Smash read Hypno's Cooking of Alyssa?
R.I.P.
Well,
man.
he's gonna do that on his stream for sure. R.I.P. Butter Biscuit for $1. I spit all over my screen when you said you'd have money left over for her abortion. Stop, bro. She was already dead.
That was good. Yeah.
She'll be fine. She'll survive. Snooty Mims for a 10. Borderlands 4 Collector's Edition supposed to be rumored to be 150. What? Also, we have a lot of good people here at Rumble Chat. No hype. Well, actually, the funny thing about that is 150 for no game. If I'm not mistaken.
Doesn't come.
You
up.
are correct. No game.
150 with no game. Anime Mania gives 1 membership. Thank you, sir. And we are all caught up. Holy snap. That was a lot.
Baby.
Damn. That was a lot. We hit tier 2 before the stream even started. Thank you, chat. You guys are amazing. All right, man. Let's get to the content. Let's talk about Capcom Spotlight. That's what we're gonna start off with tonight because we got a lot we got to go over with the Capcom Spotlight. I wish Leon was here so I could hear him and his bad takes, and then maybe have Wizard fight him over it. But it's fine.
Man, that's like the first time anyone's ever said that.
I know. So who has seen the Capcom Spotlight on the panel?
I don't even know
Everybody?
what the fuck y'all talking about.
I have not seen it. I heard it was terrible.
I haven't had time, sorry, but I'm
so you-
open to being blind.
So Mike's seen it. I've seen it. Cassie, you saw it, right?
No,
Wizard
I
saw it?
actually haven't.
Oh, you didn't see it, really?
Wow.
I would have thought you saw
I would
it.
expect, I expected you to have seen it.
So Capcom Spotlight, I'll bring it up on screen in a second for those who didn't see it. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of go little tidbits here and there. I don't know what you guys thought about it, but I think it was one of the worst spotlights that I've seen in a while, genuinely. And I know a lot of the like hardcore Capcom fans were in my comments. They were like, you got to be negative because it makes you money. And I'm like, bro, this is like, do you not realize this is the same thing we saw at the Summer Games Fest, just with 1 or 2 extra clips and an entire segment about Monster Hunter and what they plan to do for the game, except fixing it?
I shit you not. That's just become the state of gaming. It's to reiterate what we just talked about like a month and a half ago in a show, just on our own platform, as if it matters. Nigga, you already told us. What are you doing?
So
They're
they showed.
best.
What do we think for those of you that watched it? What was the best parts about it? I don't know, Mike. You want to go first?
Probably not watching.
Yeah, firstly, like the only reason I give Capcom a slight pass is because they did tell people beforehand nothing new is going to be shown. So that's because I watched Arc System Works' showcase after that, which everybody showed up for Marvel Token, and they showed us nothing, no fighting games. So the whole fighting game community was pissed. But I think with Capcom's Resident Evil 9 is probably the most exciting thing. It's probably the biggest highlight, although they did show a bit of Saga off, which was okay. But all in all, it was, for me, a bit of a waste of time.
They showed no gameplay for Sagat, though, if I remember correctly, right? They just showed like a little trailer intro.
Yeah, I
and
think
that's
just because I'm a
basically
bit of a Street Fighter fanboy that it was enough to like satisfy me to see him. But yeah, it was. I mean, again, because they warned people and said that nothing new is going to be shown, I was like, okay, fair enough. But it was a big nothing burger.
What do we think about Pragmata?
Can I take this first?
Yeah,
or-
go
Okay.
ahead.
So I was hyped about Pragmata when I first saw it, and I was like, this looks like one of the best looking games I've ever seen in my life. And I know it's just like a cinematic trailer or whatever back when they first showed it. And I was like, okay, we got some time. And then it got delayed. Then it got delayed again. Now it's gotten delayed a third time, I think. Maybe a second time. I can't remember. I've lost count.
It was an issue, I think, in 2022 or something like that.
But my greater point, and I'll leave it at this, was
Right
that-
there, 2022. It said it on the card. There you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yep. But when it first launched with this, I was like, this is going to be one of the best looking games. It's amazing. By the time it finally comes out, it's going to look like just a bunch of the other games that are coming out this time. It's like, well, I mean, you teased this amazing thing way ahead of time, and it's like, well, everything else caught up to it by the time it comes out.
It's like the sequel to Avatar.
Yep.
Like it would have been impressive if it came out the next year, but
Exactly.
What do we think about this in combat hacking mechanic? Because I think there's a lot of people that some people agree to me, some people disagree to me on how I felt about that. But I want to get other people's perspective. So in case you don't know, it seems like a lot of the combat is situated around disabling these robots. If you look here, so this is how they look on the left, right? And you have to use the little android girl or whatever on your back to hack the robots in real time to make their armor become exposed so that you can actually damage them. I believe part by part, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe just in general. But when you look at the actual like hacking in the middle of the frantic combat, it just looks a little. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the hacking in the middle of the combat because I can understand if you're like
It
pressing.
seems
and
like
holding a
hacking is
button.
more of a stealth thing than a live, like
I think-
mid-battle thing.
I mean, they showed it live. you
I
know?
think it could be interesting if it's for like boss fights or something like that. But when it's like
It's
all
not.
like all the combat, that's stupid.
It's all
It's a
enemies.
waste-
They
unless
tell
it's
you,
smooth.
They tell you right here on the bottom. You can't see it. Hold on. Go like this. There we go. So it says, otherwise you will find it difficult to inflict any real damage. And these are just on regular enemies. This is the enemy not exposed. And then as you hack the enemy, obviously it will become.
Is it just me, or are we getting
right here? See, look.
Expedition 33 vibes with the exposed parts on certain enemies where you can hit it while I mean, I know it's turn-based, it's different, but
Do you see that? Really quick. Do you see like
this
how you
seems
have to hack in
tedious.
real time?
Yeah, that's very
Super
dangerous.
tedious.
It's
That's
good.
not
The kind of thing
good.
that gamers can pick it up and get it fast. If
Seems
you
like
can
as long as it's not like manipulating
quickly, it'll be
menus in
fine.
Kingdom Hearts or something like that. Sorry.
The only saving grace to this that I can see is that it looks, and I don't know if this is just for the trailer. Maybe they paused it for the trailer. It looks like the hacking doesn't have to happen during consistent combat. So when you go into the hacking screen, it pauses the combat. That's how it looks. But it might be a trailer only thing. Maybe because they're trying to showcase it to you. But I just
maybe
I
they
feel
haven't
like-
even decided yet. That might be part of why it keeps getting delayed.
I mean, if
maybe.
it slows
That's a fair
down
point.
combat a little bit, like maybe 50%, then or less than that, then it would be all right. But
Yeah.
I also don't want it to be too much like playing with the menus when you're fighting in Kingdom Hearts at the same time.
Yeah.
You gotta like, hold
Mm.
the controller like that. You know.
Well,
fuck
you
that.
could see here once the hack goes through, the armor gets exposed, and now the health bar is shown at the top. The hacking status is at the top as well, and then you can actually damage it, and the health bar goes down. You know, as you
And you'll
do.
have 10 seconds to kill it.
I'm
Yeah.
not opposed to this because it's at least trying something different. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
gonna work
Yeah.
or not, but at least it's not just a random hack and slash shooter just walking around killing and going. Like,
Oh, I take everything I just said back. So this all happened. That pausing that we saw, that was for the trailer. This is live. See, so the enemy is literally moving to you while you're. That's
Yeah,
gonna get,
this
that's
seems
gonna get
too
pretty
much.
annoying.
it could work. It could work.
It could work. We might be too early on.
Yeah.
This
gotta be
might
really
be one of those
autistic
things
to
where
play
we
this
have to
game.
we have to get it in our hands and actually
Right.
see how it plays out. But I just in my mind looking at this, I'm like, this looks really
Complicated?
tedious.
Yeah.
No, not even complicated because I like complicated.
I
Complicated.
don't
is
mean
fine.
complicated like
But there's-
hard to
there's-
do. I mean complicated like busy. Like
There's
a lot of
complicated, like you've got a
Convoluted.
lot of things you need to do in the actual combat scenario, and then there's taking you out of the combat scenario to do something else while it's
I
real
will
time.
say
combat.
that there's a really good what should I say? Like I guess franchise that's evident of doing something convoluted but making it work. It's called The World Ends With You, done by Square
Yeah.
Enix. That's a great
Oh
game.
yeah,
And
that I remember that.
in that game, you're basically playing as two separate characters where you're playing like one, like it's on a DS, so you're playing on like one screen you're controlling like Neku, and then the other screen you're using the tap function for Neku, and then pressing buttons for the person on top to do like extra combos and stuff like that. But you can still mop up with just Neku. You don't need to use like your other teammate in order to do it. So if they do something like that, where if they had like a function like that where you didn't have to rely on both sides of the party to get the job done, then I could understand that being a thing and people wanting to challenge themselves and play the game as.
But
they
it does say
did.
you're gonna have trouble doing real damage without.
Right. That's the problem.
I'm
that means it's every enemy basically. Go ahead, Cassie.
Yeah, I'm out on this game.
Yep.
I was already like sus as fuck when you have a child on your back the whole time. I just don't really like children very much in video games to begin with,
I don't like
and
children either.
to
You like kids
have
at all?
this android girl to begin with, it's like, oh god, and now we're doing hacking shit. Oh god, I remember Watch Dogs. It's fucking horrible. Ugh. So I'm good personally, but I mean, shout out to people that find this interesting. I mean, visually it looks impressive.
Yeah, it does look.
Wait, didn't BioShock have that little girl with like
Little
throughout?
sister.
I think it's just been kind of done to
Yeah, but you're
death
not
at this
playing with
point.
them. Yeah, little sister's just like she's just like
words.
stories part.
Yeah,
but
phrasing.
I mean, yeah.
Phrasing. You're not playing with them. Phrase.
Yeah, relax.
Pause.
No,
Pause.
so like with BioShock, the girls you have to basically either free them,
Or take their energy
or
and-
absorb them
Yeah.
energy, and basically either be good or evil kind of a thing.
But I
But
mean,
you don't
my
have them on your
point
back
is
the whole time.
They're part of the game mechanic. I mean, they're in the
Sure.
game. So,
Yeah.
that's all.
I think the interesting, I will say to kind of double on what Cassie said, Capcom's getting really good at their visuals. Really, really good. But I think while they're getting good at their visuals, their performance of their games are also taking a hit. I don't know if they're just kind of stepping a little bit ahead of where they're comfortable. And I don't know if that's because they're exploring more on PC. Because, we say all the time, or at least I say all the time, recently Capcom's admitted they are majority sales PC. Not by a lot, but I believe it's about 55% majority sales on PC, which, I mean, this is Capcom we're talking about, right? Like, it's insane. So at this point, I think they should probably slow down a little bit on visuals. They got it. We know they got it, and kind of focus more on performance. Because if this game releases day one on all platforms, which is supposed to, PS5, Xbox, Steam, if it does that and it runs broken on PC like Wilds is for a lot of people, at this point, bro, I don't really know what else to say. It's gonna be a problem. It's already a problem right now for Wilds. Yeah, they got their money. Yes, the game is super successful. We know that already. But bro, I mean, people are fucking pissed.
Like,
Look at the
a
numbers.
vast majority of people can't play Wilds, and that's a problem. Like, it's even more of a problem when it became worse over time. Like, what happened?
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's just bad business. It's really bad business because you got those sales, but bro, you could be having these people playing this game for a long time. I mean, look at Monster Hunter. What is it?
World.
Is it World? Yeah,
World,
World.
yeah, World.
Monster Hunter World is doing better numbers than Wilds. Now, granted, it has more content and stuff like that, but it also runs better. And people were like, "Yeah, well, I finished everything there is to do." And for the people that didn't finish what there is to do, they couldn't because the game was broken for them. So those people could have been still playing. Your numbers still could have been higher to the next content update. But now you're rocking at what's the game at now? I remember when Asmongold covered it. I was like, it's probably gonna be 10,000, and then he sold like 4,000, something fucking crazy like that. I'm like 4,000 from 1 point, what is it? Almost 4 million. That's
1.4
insane,
million.
bro. You can't tell me all those millions of people finished the content. That's just not. If you look at the global achievements, I guarantee you it's not true. So I don't know. It's just bad business. So overall thoughts.
Do we
on
know what the
Pragmata?
story is for? Do we know what the story is yet for this Pragmata? Because like my biggest concern with it, just based on the trailer during, I think it was either the PlayStation or the Xbox showcase, it seems like they're going for like you're going to have an emotional connection to the little android kid, and I'm not interested in that at all. I think the whole like emotional connection to androids is being ridiculously overplayed right now in media. So like, do we know what the story is?
You mean you
Or is
wouldn't
it still
fuck a
too
robot?
early?
The what?
You said, would you
No.
fuck a robot?
I said, what, you wouldn't fuck a robot?
No.
Okay. It was just a question. That's all.
He's a wizard.
That's a hazing question. Welcome to SNH, sir. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So Pragmata, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll look up a little bit of a summary here. I don't remember the guy's name, but he just I don't know why he ends up on that station that he's on. It's very almost reminiscent of Dead Space, where it's like this guy just, ends up on a space station for whatever reason that may be, comes across this girl android that ends up becoming his companion. But there's really not much else to know outside of his name is Hugh. His name is Hugh. So
Like the color?
like Hugh Jackman.
Oh, like Hugh Jackman, Hugh Laurie, something like that.
Yeah. From what I'm looking up. It says Pragmata story sees you take on the role of Hugh Williams. So there you go. Interesting.
Hugh Janus.
Hugh Williams.
Mungus.
Hugh something.
Hugh J. Cockburn.
Apparently, there's a conspiracy theory, and I don't know. These journalists are probably making shit up, but apparently, Pragmata, according to Polygon, it says Pragmata is a secret Mega Man game, which claimed by fans that are dying for a new Mega Man game. That's the headline.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
Bro, just make Mega Man Legends 3. Stop fucking with me already. I've been
you.
waiting since the PS1, motherfucker. What are we doing?
Actual Mega Man Legends 3, not that bullshit we got on the DS.
Crazy.
I never played the second Mega Man Legends.
You
I
know,
only played-
the second one's great.
I played
love
the first
it.
one. The first
I
one
would
was my
love
favorite.
remakes. I would simp for remakes easily.
I wouldn't be surprised. All right, final thoughts on Pragmata. We're gonna move on to the next one. So we got.
We had thoughts on Pragmata.
Why do Capcom CGI characters all have the same exact look about
Oh
them?
shit! Look, it's Kata.
I thought it was Miles Morales.
He's way too tall.
It's Hassan Piker, but black.
I
Wow,
get
we
it.
just got all kinds of people, huh?
Looks like a
Why is his head
it
so
looks like a
goddamn small?
white. He looks like a white character doing blackface. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a Capcom game, so you're probably right.
His
Probably
head
right.
does not fit on his body at all.
Sagat looks cool. I think he looks pretty cool. I was really pissed we didn't see gameplay. They teased it as if they were going to show gameplay. At least that's how it seemed. And then got nothing. Got nothing. What do we think? So aside from Sagat, because I don't know if anybody who doesn't like Sagat. Aside from him, this was a huge thing.
Yep.
So let's just go. Yeah, there we go. We'll start here with Cammy. So just because, bro, oh my god, I went off on somebody in my comments on my video the other day because I was talking about this, and I was talking about how whoever drew this was definitely drawing them for the modern audience, but I specifically stated, thank God, like this doesn't affect the in-game models or the in-game like characters. And then somebody commented, they're like, you just want to be negative. Nowhere did it ever say that this was going to affect the character models. I'm like, I know. I said that it's not going to affect the character.
That's not being negative at all. What do you mean?
I'm just talking about the illustration and
Being
how
realistic about it.
Anyway, so this illustration is a little bit odd to me. Some people call it woke and shit. I know people melting down. I'm just focused on the fact that it's the clear. This is a great compilation. So it's a clear disparity, in my opinion, where, and you could disagree with me, it's fine, or agree. The women have been what?
You gotta say the dudes are all jacked while the chicks are
Well, yeah, because you watch my stream, so you know what I'm going to say. The women are flat, right? Just like
To be
flat.
fair, I didn't see
And
this part of your stream, so
it's unfortunate because Chun-Li is awkwardly flat. The reason
Yeah.
why is because they have to keep her thighs big because that's Chun-Li. That's her thighs are
Chun-Li.
massive.
She is, yeah, she is.
But from behind, like that, the ass belongs to like I don't even know who to even compare it to. It's completely flat. Like that's not natural. I don't.
It's not as flat as Tracer, so that's at least a start.
Are you
There's no
sure about that?
shadow under it.
Because
She doesn't
got
have cheeks.
thighs. That's why it doesn't
Bro,
look
Tracer
that flat.
has the fucking negative ass dog. Like it's insane.
Negative.
All
She
right,
is
fair.
built like
If you're gonna do enough squats to have thighs like that, you're gonna have a back off. You're gonna have
Yeah.
a hell of a huge ass.
The drawings are just odd to me. I don't know. It's pretty clear that whoever drew this, because look how they drew the men. They drew the men jacked, like no problem, jacked as fuck. Like
I imagine
peak
I imagine the
levels of
person-
masculinity. These are the people who try to claim that the depictions of female are unrealistic, and then they have this for
I
for
imagine
men.
that the person that drew this is probably feels awkward about drawing women. So
Yeah.
he
They
just
might
makes them
feel
all
some
kinda
sort of
look
way,
the same.
probably.
Yeah, he's like, "Bro, I gotta hammer these out, but I gotta hammer it out, man. Like,
Well, I mean,
They
that's
don't
that's
even look
assuming it's a
like they
guy.
were drawn by the same people. They
I'm
look
gonna
like two
assume it's a
different
guy
artists.
because the dudes actually look like Street Fighter characters.
Nah, there's some girls that would draw guys like that,
mm-hmm. Absolutely are.
especially if it's a female that would
And I
purposely
don't
draw
think-
women
you'd
flat.
You'd be surprised how many girls draw girls like girls.
Yeah.
Why
I don't
is it
know.
so hard to find the artists for these? That's actually the other thing.
I guess they don't really care because it's just about the outfits, right?
Yeah,
that's
it's the
really what it is. It's just about the outfits. But people blew up over this.
Mhm.
And like I say, you could agree, disagree. I really don't care personally because, like I said, it doesn't affect the models, and Capcom, from an aesthetic point of view, in their showcases lately have been very what's the word I'm looking for? Clean,
PC,
I guess, or yeah, PC, very like for the most part clean. But I mean, the girls in Monster Hunter Wilds they're attractive, so I don't think I really wouldn't have a concern. But I understand why people would freak out about it too. But what do you guys think about the overall suits? Like, did you think that this is? You have any opinions on it?
I'm not even gonna sit here and fake the funk. I have never given a singular fuck about a summer costume or anything like that. They all look the fucking same to me. It's either a bikini or it's some swimming trunks. Like I don't fucking care. Give me something that actually looks cool.
The
Mike, you
fighting
gonna
game
say something?
community, they really loved them. It went over really well. I don't think I saw any negative comments from the fighting game community side of it. I really like them as well. I know that Street Fighter has loads of different artists that work on the character panels, but the in-game models are pretty like everyone thinks that there's a bunch of gooners working on the Capcom team when you look at the Street Fighter 6
Probably,
models.
yeah.
I think they look pretty good. I like the artwork in this as well. It reminds me of some of the old artwork from like the SNK days back in the 90s. So I didn't mind it too much. Like when I saw it, I didn't think that they had like made them less attractive. But I think that's because I think I've got like a comic book that's got very similar art to this from back in the day. I also think that there's a possibility that the men might have been drawn by a different artist as well. And also Aki's costume at the bottom there went over really well, especially with Mortal Kombat fans, because that looks like one of Melina's costumes from Mortal Kombat 9.
Right.
But yeah,
would
that
actually-
from our side, that's how it was received.
I was gonna say I agree with Mike. I see two different art styles here between the
Yeah.
dudes and the women.
They don't look like the same artist drew 'em.
Mm.
That's what I said a minute ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, that happens a lot with Street Fighter 6. Like you'll see loads of different artists. Whereas like Tekken 8, you don't really see that unless you're looking at the in-game character panels where they use different artists. But Street Fighter 6 seems to be all over the place.
Jamie looks cool. I like Jamie. Jamie's outfit's cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I guess it's on the eye of whoever's looking at it. And like I told people before, at least this is not affecting anything that truly matters at the end of the day. It's just for somebody putting up their drawing and Capcom using it obviously as their artist. I'd be more worried about the in-game models. If they suddenly, flatten Cammy or flatten Chun-Li, I'm sure there'd be a bit of a conversation to be had at that point.
Yeah,
But-
that wouldn't go over well at all.
Yeah, it's not happening in the game. So as of right now, anyway. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. So past that, they had their little digital sale. Let me skip this. And then you got Onimusha. Onimusha. I think they promoted Onimusha 2, the remaster, which people were complaining, got censored and whatnot. And then they promoted their new Onimusha after that. Where is it at? Right here. Shit.
What did they censor on Onimusha 2?
One of the characters, one of the women. I forgot exactly what they did. I think they changed her outfit completely, if I'm not mistaken.
Jesus.
Yeah. They basically they covered her up. The same shit that they always do. They always find like one or two problematic female. It's always female. It's never male.
They suck for that shit, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Ron DFK says cleavage was covered. Yeah, so it was an outfit change, basically.
Lame.
That was it. All right, let's talk about the main piece. So Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Wow, the conversation around this game is interesting because it's kind of coming from all sides. You got the hardcore lore people, some of them complaining about the return to Raccoon City, other people cheering the return to Raccoon City. Some people are complaining about the main protagonist. I actually liked the explanation one of the developers gave. This guy, I believe it was.
Guy?
Yeah. So his explanation about why they initially were thinking about putting Leon as the main protagonist, but why they did not go with Leon. It's actually a really good explanation, and it does make sense. He basically was saying that Leon has been through so much and is so well trained that he's not exactly a great character for horror.
My interpretation,
they kick ass now.
my interpretation is Leon has too much aura to be in another Resident Evil game.
He's a Giga Chad.
No. I feel like they can make another Giga Chad Resident Evil. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
They tried it with Ethan, and he's a simp.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Just remake Resident Evil 6, nigga. Damn.
They're gonna skip 5. We already know that.
I hate that shit, man. I want to slaughter.
That would be the ultimate Giga Chad remake. You know that, Atreus, bro. Chris Redfield, fucking.
I want to push
mowing down. I'm not even gonna say
punching boulders.
Yeah,
Mr.
I said a bunch of. All right.
Here's my compromise. If you make all the zombies light skinned niggas, then you won't have a problem. I don't think no black people.
South Africa.
Yeah, so that's anyway.
So what? Raccoon City was a fucking ethno state then,
basically
before the outbreak.
Okay, basically.
Well, it is
that's
the 90s.
crazy. The parasite only affect fucking white.
The
people.
outbreak is just AIDS.
Yeah, just skip all the black people and only affected white people. No, this seriously, this developer, that was a great response. And honestly, it's one of those things where, because I'm always listening, and I know people people have their opinion. They're like, oh, you only want to hear your side. Like, no, actually, when he spoke and he explained it, I was like, you know what? Respect. I never even thought of it that way. Like, I never even thought of it that way, and I can admit that
it really doesn't. It really doesn't make sense for Leon to go into any situation without like a suitcase full of just the best weapons ever. Like, I know how this shit goes. I got a rocket launcher here, grenade launcher, fucking.
But he said, he's like, Leon is not the type that if somebody were to or something were to fall down, he's not going to turn around and be like, oh my god, like he's not that kind of that kind of reaction. He's not going to get that kind of reaction. Exactly. So if you're trying to give a true horror, a true uneasy feeling, Leon's not going to be the character that you're probably going to use. He's just too Giga Chad at this point. He's too fucking numb to it at that point. So
that's the same problem. That's the same problem like the John Wick movies got to. It got to a point where you're like, okay, he's a god, basically. There's no real challenge.
Basically, exactly. So at this point,
but what do you just never bring Leon back? Like what?
No.
You put him. I think you could bring it back as a side character.
No.
Until we get old man Leon.
No, what you do with them at this point is you just put them in the CG movies. That's what they've been doing.
Nah. I want my boy in a video game. So do we get do they ever go?
Oh, Mercenaries. There you go.
Just put him in a scenario that's out.
So you don't ever think they'll go? Yeah, you don't ever think they'll go back to like a more action version of Resident Evil?
I think they will at one point. I just don't think it's the right
eventually.
time.
Yeah,
but
I think they probably.
But
will.
the horror element works.
The problem with all these kind of stories is eventually the thing that's causing the horror is going to get discovered on such a scale. They're just going to send the fucking army in and crush it. so it stops being horror and becomes action.
But that's
Well,
what
it's,
that's
it's
what I'm
horror on
saying.
a personal level, though. It's horror for like
Right.
the
Yeah.
one person experiencing it at the
They've got
moment,
to
right?
they've got to
Because
be in on the ground floor before it
yeah, because
becomes
they
like a national emergency. You know?
sure they may know there's a government that they can go to, or there's like a but at the end of the day, they're by themselves in whatever particular section of the world they're in at the time. It's their experience. That's the horror. Because yeah, sure. I mean, even with Ethan could, if he was able to, I'm sure he could have easily gotten back up or something, but it's his experience in the house at the time trying to escape. It's his personal experience with no backup, no help, no nothing.
Yeah.
So that's where the horror comes from. Otherwise, like, yeah, sure, of course, you could send the army into any place that Resident Evil took place and just fuck it all up,
I think
So it's
they,
got to
I
be
thought that they was gonna
localized. You've
do.
got to be trapped.
I thought they was gonna do
Yeah.
like a horror trilogy and then more of an action horror. Go back into the action horror thing. That's what I always figured like Resident Evil 10 was gonna be.
Well, didn't they try to do 8 a little bit more actiony? Nothing too
It
crazy.
was, it was a little bit more actiony,
especially compared to 7.
Yeah, 7 was some bullshit. I was in that manga. It took me a while. I ain't gonna lie. When
If
I
you
found
look
that,
at go ahead.
no, you got it.
No, I was gonna say if you look at 9, it seems like they're going back to what 7 was, like the vibe from 7.
Yeah, because I mean, Ethan is more like, okay, I know what the fuck going on now. So, but she seems like she's gonna be like the opposite of wet the entire time. If you get my, if you get my,
I get it. The lighting is fantastic though. It's they're getting damn near like some of the detail that
Oh, is it
Capcom
third
capable
person now?
of. So it's both. You could do first or third. I don't know if it's optional from the get-go, or I don't know if there's certain segments that are first and third. I think it's optional from the get-go, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it is. Thank God that I can't stand first person Resident Evil.
So let's talk about that. That's actually great because
I was about to say because the first person did a little something to me that because Resident Evil 4 is my favorite, but that was
Okay.
third
Yeah.
person. And during that time when I was young, that one did have moments where it scared me, but I felt like it gave you the tools to be confident about what you was doing after you. Because what are the motherfuckers called that regenerated? Those motherfuckers.
The Las
still-
Plagas?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. When the motherfucker stretched his arm, grabbed me by the head, and smashed my head open, I put the game down for a good month. But
Damn.
Resident Evil 7,
I remember that.
Resident Evil 7, when I was in that fucking
I think
water,
they were just called regenerators.
oh, that is what they're called, huh? Yeah, the regenerators. But Resident Evil 7, with it being first person, and I remember being in that water and the old girl was crawling in that shit. Again, I had to put the game down for a minute.
I would love
The
I would
first
love to
person
see you play that.
experience is just something different, and you can't pay me to do the VR. There's no way.
They're called regenerators, by the way.
So,
Makes
so
sense.
let's talk about that in particular. So, me personally, I'm not really scared of much. There's very
Hey, yo, do
you
me
know,
a favor. Can you ban Schizo Sweets? Yeah,
no,
ban him.
Schizo Sweets. Instead, what I'm gonna do is bring up his chat. What do you say? What do you say? Let's see.
Oh,
Schizo
man.
Sweets. I can't, bro. The chat's moving so fast. What did he say?
What do you like better, Popeyes or KFC?
That's crazy. Did he really say that? Popeyes, of course.
Damn.
I'm not even black. I'll
That's
say that.
correct. No, that's correct.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Both are gross.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
that's the
let's
correct
talk about
answer.
the first person, third person aspect. So I know I'm not scared of much. I play horror games pretty easily, but first person horror is by
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
infinitely more scary than third person, in my opinion. Is there anybody that disagrees with that?
I'd
No.
say
Yeah, I
to take it one further.
I agree.
VR first person.
Which is
fuck
what I
that.
just, that's what I
So-
said. You can't pay me to do that shit.
Hold on,
Yeah,
Sheep
hell no.
disagrees. Sheep, you disagree with that?
I disagree with that because in order for it to scare you, they have to basically put you into the they have to railroad you into the scare factor, and that's not scaring. That's just storytelling. That's not really setting an atmosphere.
I don't know.
of,
I
like,
just don't like not
understand.
being able to see the back of my character.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
So I,
yeah,
I
that comes up on
understand that
you.
aspect, Sheep, but I think the fear of first person comes from the lack of peripheral. So like you in third person, you could see what comes up behind you, even if it's only for like a second or a second and a half before it happens. You can see it.
Okay.
Whereas with first person, you don't know what's behind you. And there are certain games that can get you without jump scaring you. And those are usually the
Yeah.
ones that are really, really. That's
Now-
why in Resident Evil 7, one of the details really fast. One of the details that I really enjoyed when I played it, that I spotted immediately, is when you open the door to any room, it's not an immediate open. when they open the door, it's a crack open, and then you kind of look
Slowly open.
and
Yeah.
slowly open,
yeah.
and the camera pans in a way that ensures you can't see what's behind that door at all. So like he ends up looking to the left a little bit, then looking straight. And that little detail just adds that extra, like, fuck, man, what's behind this? Like, what's behind this door? You know what I mean? It's just, even if you don't get jump scared, it just adds that. When you're playing third person, it's like, bro, you see all around you. Yeah. There's no problem. There's not a single third person game I've ever been scared of, like ever.
Third person, for me, first person games, when it comes to horror, are more personal. When something happens, when something happens to a third person character, I feel like that happened to you, nigga, not me. You know
I totally agree.
Yeah, actually, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
Like,
Resident Evil.
But if I'm playing a game and the character gets scared, I don't say, "Oh man, Leon jumped at that." I say, "Oh shit, I jumped at that." It's.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like you having the opposite effect because
that's the sort of transcendental thing that happens when you play all games.
You ever had your hands lock on the controller when it's some shit happening in a horror game?
Yeah,
because I feel like it's almost like it's happening to me. Well, I don't get that effect when it's in third person. Like Dead Space, the Dead Space remake. I never played the original Dead Space, y'all. So maybe that's scarier. I don't know. Dead Space remake was really fun, but at no point did I ever feel scared. There was times where the motherfuckers was popping up behind me. I was like, oh shit. But it was never like, oh my God, I got to throw the controller down.
All right. So for example,
play Alien Isolation. They're getting you.
Oh, fuck that game. Yeah, I'm not playing
Resident
that.
Evil,
They're
the original,
getting you, man.
I think RE2 had it as well. Like when crows burst through the window or dogs jump or something like that.
Yeah.
And your motor functions start to fail you and the tank controls are just like, which way am I going? Oh, I'm going to death.
Yeah. And that's why that's how they deliberately chose tank controls to give you that feeling that you're not completely in control. You might fuck up at any time.
Yeah.
Hypno, you said no third person game ever scared you?
I don't think so. No, I'm trying to think back. I don't remember.
Not Eternal Darkness?
No.
Okay.
It was creepy, but it didn't scare me.
Play,
I never jump scares.
Slender Man on
Slender Man's not scary.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Are you guys not scared of don't you find fixed camera angle games a bit more scary, like the old Silent Hill and Fatal Frame and
that's what I was saying.
They definitely can be.
Yeah.
Because they're a little bit harder to navigate as well. With first person, I feel like I'm being taken out of the experience. I don't know why. I just can't. I disconnect completely. Yeah.
I feel with fixed camera angles, it's for the similar reason as to why I believe that first person was scary, because of the lack of peripheral vision. So you can only see what's in that still shot. And the moment you go to the next still shot, there could be anything there. You don't know, especially if the music is hitting right and the environment's hitting right, and you just got that like ominous music.
That's Resident Evil 1.
Right.
Literally. It's all fixed camera.
Even Silent Hill. Silent Hill.
That's pretty much
like Resident Evil 1, you get the telltale side, you get the like noise.
I was gonna say even the door opening animation in the first Resident Evil is still creepy.
Yeah, man.
What's Man say?
Yeah, man in the comments said he didn't think that I was a horror game kind of player. The truth of the matter is, I'm really not all that much. There's just some iconic horror games that I really enjoy. I did want to. First of all, I had to escape the Negro Casual plantation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, that's crazy, dog.
I had to escape that joint, and I want to say horror was probably the last genre that I really just started exploring like that. Dead Space was just like, oh shit, looks interesting. I never played the original. Let me play the remake. And that shit, like, I'm mad we're not gonna get a remake of the second one. But I just downloaded the old.
It's not confirmed yet, believe it or not.
Nah, EA ain't making it. They said, nah, fuck them sales.
No, I can't ask you, have you ever played Siren?
No.
That sounds familiar.
Forbidden Siren.
It does sound familiar. I can't think of it.
If I would say for third person games that will scare you, play Forbidden Siren and play a Japanese horror game called Kuon. You'll probably have to
I played that.
Well, okay, so hold on.
Kuon's terrifying.
True Japanese horror, that's a whole nother genre.
Yeah, that's fuck that. I'm not going.
I'm not going anywhere near
there's
that.
No limit. There's no limits on that. You know.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I'd be reading Junji Ito sometimes, and I'm looking at him like, "You motherfucker, bro, what's wrong?"
Oh
with
yeah,
you?
bro wrote a whole book about why he does this shit.
Bro, I read fucking Oriichi, the second volume. I'm like, all right, the first one's not that bad, no problem. second volume, bro, they stabbing a baby in the neck within the first 3 pages. I'm like,
Right. That's where I'm all for the woke shit. You feel me? That's where I'm pro woke. Because Americans ain't doing that shit. Them niggas over there don't care. They like, yeah, slaughter babies, little girls. We doing all that.
That shit's crazy. The one game that I'm looking forward to playing, and I absolutely will play during my October Horror Fest or whatever, is going to be Still Wakes to Deep. I hear a lot of good things about the game Still Wakes to Deep. That one's like it's a first person. You're like on an oil rig in the middle of nowhere. It looks so sick. So definitely gonna check that out.
I never got to play Fear.
I never played that.
Fear is fantastic, but Fear, like if you want a nice combination of like an action game, but also really fucking scary, Fear is it. At least the first couple of Fears, because then it gets a little weird when you get to the co-op one or whatever. But even that one's not that bad. Yeah, but Fear 1 and 2, and the third one is not. I'm telling you, man, it's great. It's great stuff.
Man,
and you can buy them for like 5 cents.
Oh yeah, that's how I ended up picking them up.
There's a Japanese horror game that I played when I went to Japan. I went to this Japanese like underground shop in Okinawa, and I don't know what the name of the game is because I couldn't read the kanji. I played it for about 5 minutes in the store when everyone was there. It was a PS2 game. It was the scariest thing I've played, and it was in broad daylight. I have no idea what it was called. I wish I could find it, but it was third person. And it freaked me out so much that my friends were watching it as well. I wish I could find it. If I ever find it, I'll show it to you. But it was the scariest thing I've ever played.
Or when was it?
It's a PS2 Japanese horror game. It was never released outside of Japan, according to the store owner. I wanted to buy it, but it's worth like £1,000 or something. So I couldn't get it. But it was terrifying. I have no idea what it was called.
What was terrifying about it?
To the fox.
That's a lot of money.
It was the sound design was really. It was like it kind of had that Forbidden Siren sound design where it always kept you like on your toes. It had these very awkward camera angles. It was the screen was kind of like, you know, when your TV static and it's making those weird sounds. There were ghosts like where I was walking, but they weren't attacking you. They were just kind of moving towards you and then sort of disappearing, and then the camera would change and you wouldn't know where they were. It was done really well. I don't know what it was called.
Well, regardless, I'm pretty excited for Resident Evil 9. I think it's going to be.
I'm about to buy the full pack.
I think it's going to be definitely more towards the horror theme than 8 was. But
has there been another Resident Evil that has multiple camera angles the way that this game is going to, where it's going to go where you can switch from first to third?
8
did.
8 had it, but that was after the fact. That it was a DLC that added third person. 7 didn't have it. And so I think you're gonna be moving with that moving forward. But my thing is like, so I'm sorry to cut you off, Wizard, really quick. I think when it comes to Resident Evil, I never quite understood why they went first person. I understand it is definitely more horror, in my opinion, and PT was huge at the time and all that. And they were trying to probably double on that, but my thing is like Resident Evil is a third person game. It's always been a third person game. And even if you went first person, you should have always had an option for third person. I feel like that would have definitely helped the sales, even though 7 sold pretty decent. I don't think 8 sold as well, but I could be wrong. But third person options would have definitely helped initial sales, because then people would be like, oh, okay, so I could play it like Resident Evil like I always have, or if I want to dabble into first person, I can as well.
I think you make a really good point there. I would almost argue that 7 and 8 are so different from the originals that they should have offshot it into a different series and had that completely separate from Resident Evil.
Funny you say that, because when Resident Evil 7 was announced, before anybody knew it was a numbered entry, everybody thought it was a spin-off series. Everybody thought it was a spin-off Resident Evil that was more horror focused instead of action focused. They didn't realize that it was going to be number 7, especially since Ethan was the main character. Nobody saw anybody, only until Chris Redfield showed up at the very end of the trailer.
At the end
was when people realized that, oh, this is a numbered entry. This is 7, you know. And then of course you saw the 7 logo show up and everything like that.
But I'm arguing that they should not have done that. Like they could have had.
I get that.
They could have had 2 different amazing series right now. But right now they've convoluted Resident Evil with first person and third person. And this is coming from a huge fan of 7 and 8. Like I love those ones. I would almost argue I like those better than the original ones. But to me,
Yeah, I
agree with you. Resident
if
Evil
it wasn't
is still
for
a third
4,
person series.
if it wasn't for 4, 7 would probably be my favorite.
Mhm.
No, I
I'd
totally
say
get what you're saying, Smash. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying that most of the world agreed with you too that this would have been better off as because that's just naturally what people thought it was. They thought
But
it was.
I'm not saying it should have been a spin-off. I'm saying it should have been like its own series, like a completely
not even
removed-
Resident Evil.
Right, removed from the
I
world.
agree with that.
But the same storyline, just disconnected from.
What are some other horror
umbrellas.
games that I need to play? I'm
we
getting
got any
all
fans
the
of
weird games.
Outbreak?
What are the games you need to what?
I'm saying it. You know, we got the Steam Summer Sale. I just got all.
We're
the
gonna
free
get
games.
into that. We're gonna talk about Steam Summer Sale in a few minutes.
I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? Since we talking about horror games, I'm trying to figure out what other. Well, because I just got all 3 of the fear games for $5, so I'm trying to see.
Don't play Outlast.
Good man.
No,
Don't play
no.
Outlast.
I'm not slow. I'm not playing Outlast. I'm not doing that.
Outlast, I feel like Outlast is like it's scary, but I feel like it's like overrated scary.
Don't play.
Nah,
don't
son,
play
I ain't
any of
touching
them-
that shit.
I
Don't play
played it.
any
It
of the
wasn't
Amnesia
that
games.
Oh yeah, don't touch. No, I'm not.
Don't
playing that
touch
shit.
Amnesia.
Yeah.
I didn't think Amnesia was that scary.
We're talking about Trey's here.
Hey, Brad, fuck you, man. Just for that, I'm finna go and see.
You know, I'll gift it to you.
Bro, you about to get cooked.
But no, last thoughts on Resident Evil 9. I'm not even gonna bother Monster Hunter Wilds, man. Fix that shit. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, that's all we gotta say.
That's
about Monster
crazy.
Hunter.
You know how excited I was from Monster Hunter, and I can't even get into it right now.
Right.
They made it worse with the recent patch they had. They actually made it worse. That's where all these reviews came
The
from
negatives come in,
with the overwhelmingly negative. It's because that patch fucked it over for a lot of people. And then you're gonna have some people in the comments, I already know, who have 4090s, which by the way, I have a 4090. I don't give a fuck. I didn't struggle with the game too much. I had issues. But my thing is like, just because I don't struggle doesn't mean that fucking 80% of the people out there are not struggling right now.
As soon as you load into the
front of the game.
As soon as you load into the main base, that shit started tripping. I mean, it
Bro.
corrects itself at a while, but it's like, bro, like I don't
Like
want
characters just start looking like fucking polygon, like actual fucking shapes, not just.
Oh no, it's not
characters.
that bad for me. God damn.
No, it's been that bad for me since the very fucking beginning. Like
I have Resident
Crazy,
Evil
bro.
remake.
I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I haven't been like just kind of like trudging through it, because I've been making statements about Wild since the beginning. It's like it could get cleaned up, but it's not gonna ruin my fun. It's ruined my fun. What the fuck they're doing with it now? Like the last time I touched it was with the Akuma patch, and that was it. I got the skin, and I was like, oh, I can't even fucking look. I can't even use the fucking like the attacks in my regular armor. I gotta look like Akuma. Fuck this. I'm not going back to this until like they clean this shit up. I'm not fucking with it right now.
Bro, all I'm saying is it's a massive drop after only
It
3
is.
months. After 3 months, like 90 days, bro. I don't even think the other Monster Hunter games experienced that level of a drop off in 90 days.
I cannot in any consciousness defend Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah.
Not in the state that it's in.
I'd rather play Rise, to be honest with you.
Damn.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Yeah, I'm looking
Hey,
at.
hey,
I
Rise,
was gifted
Rise,
it, but I
hey.
still haven't played it.
I'm trying to see.
Well, I think you also had a lot of new people come into Monster Hunter, and just like I was going to say with Resident Evil, you had a lot of new people come in with 7 and 8. So being that was their introduction point on Resident Evil, of it being typically now being first person, and then you had, so I pulled up the sales here just on Resident Evil. It was like 10 million units on 3, 10 million on 4, 15.4 million on 2. These are the remakes. Like it's just a business decision
remakes,
for them to
wow.
put in. Oh yeah, that's just the remakes. 10 million on 3 and 10 million on 4, 15.4 million on Resident 2.
So what did 7 and 8 do?
So that's what's interesting. So 7 did 15 million, 8 did 11.3.
So it did do a lot less. That's why I remember them saying that. Yeah.
But you had, because of like it was part of the zeitgeist and it was a cultural movement, you had a lot of new people pick up Resident Evil in that time. So for them to do 9 now, you're gonna have you need to have both, and it needs to be optional.
7, I feel like sold because of the long-term hype, right? Everybody was waiting a long time for the next Resident Evil installment. And then they got 7. People were hyped about it. They're like, ooh, and then they went to go buy it, obviously. And then that kind of fell off with 8 because the hype was not there anymore. But I didn't realize it sold off by like 4 to 5 million copies. That's a lot.
Right now, Resident Evil is the biggest it's ever been by unit sales right now today.
Makes sense.
they're going to do whatever they can to satisfy the new customers and people that have been with the franchise for 30 years.
You also got to keep in mind it's more multi-platform than it's ever been now. So
Right.
that's a huge aspect of the reason why the numbers are so high.
But
Because I
people
mean,
also
like, what was that?
I was about to say people also have to keep in mind that even though Capcom's seeing a lot of success with their numbers now, Capcom is also the same company that goes, "Oh, this worked, let's do it again, and then again, and then again until it doesn't work anymore."
Until they're tired of it. Yep.
Yeah, that's Capcom.
So
I looked
keep
at
that
the
in
numbers
mind.
for Monster Hunter World really quick. So after 90 days, it went from all-time peak of 334 to 122,588. So it only lost about a concurrent of 200,000
200K
compared to Monster Hunter Wilds that it lost a concurrent of 1.3 million plus.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's
in
funny.
90 days, and it maintained a pretty high number for the majority of its life. And then
And that wasn't even the original release.
right, and then this was over a year. It's going from 2018 to 2019, and then it jumps up in 2020 to
Iceborne.
284,000, and then maintains a similar number to here. Starts to go a little bit down, and then goes up again with Return to World #1 at 163,000. So, I mean, this game is far outperforming, at least from a player-based perspective, Monster Hunter Wilds, and has an experience nowhere near.
But does anybody else feel
drop.
like it's way more bland than the last two releases? Like the
Wilds?
Wilds. Like the desert shit is not working for me. Again, guys, World was my first one. When I played World, the different biomes that they had, the forest, the reef, it was crazy. And of course, you had the wasteland area. This shit is just all fucking sand. I feel like every time I play it, I feel like I'm pulling sand out of my drawers. I don't want to play this shit.
Hypno said it best when they said that they had was it seamless loading?
Yeah, so it's like they're trying to give the perception of an open world, but it's zones that are really like seamless loading.
Pretty much.
But
And
it's not seamless. They haven't perfected that at all.
It's not at all. Like, and it's something that they tried to push with World as well. But World they did better because they had just biomes, and that's fine. You don't have to make an entirely open world Monster Hunter game for it to be successful. Look at the previous iterations. But the problem that Wilds has over World is that they tried to incorporate a story, for one. For two, they didn't listen to the fans. The fans wanted one thing, and they said, "Okay, we hear you.
What a surprise!
We won't give you what you want until maybe later. We'll see." And that's all that's just been happening this whole time, as far as fan support goes. But as far as the game itself, what they do is they just drop monsters in the game. All the fights are supposed to be easy because you got all these other monsters that exist in the game. And if they just keep loading in, they're all fucking tough as hell. It's just going to bog the game down even more.
I knew something was up. I thought it was open world or semi-open world at first when I started playing it. But then when I had left the initial desert camp and went into to do my first mission, as I rode out into like the hill and left the camp, all of a sudden I'm just running in place, like and I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Just to kind of set an example, right? You in World, you fight an Anjanath, and it takes you probably about 20-30 minutes, probably like 2/3 or maybe even 3/4 of the entire like mission time. You fight an Anjanath in this game, and it's done in like 6 minutes or less. Like that's the kind of nerfing they did with this game, which is why it seems like it's just bland and not all that fun.
We just gonna have to wait till they put out the expansion at this point.
We'll see.
Yeah. Last thoughts on Monster Hunter before we move on to the Steam summer sale.
Wilds is trash currently.
Damn,
I hate to fucking say it. Go play Sunbreak instead, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
I haven't loaded it up since they updated it, so I have no idea how bad it is right now.
Well, Smash doesn't play games. We know that.
Yeah, I don't.
True.
Play games.
True.
Yeah, that's fine.
I wanted to ask before you moved on. Are you a fan of Resident Evil Outbreak?
Who?
You, Hypno.
Not in particular. Why?
I just realized, wasn't y'all beefing? What the fuck? Hey, that's what's up. Y'all was going at each other neck. Now y'all on the show together. I just realized
what?
that.
Are you good, brother?
Are you
Chat.
You just realized that.
Yo, do you notice? Do you
He's one
notice
of the
that
ones who stopped the
Atreus's
light.
nose when he smiles is like this arrow pointing at his big mouth?
Yeah. Because the nose trying to point to the mouth to shut the fuck up half the time. He's not listening.
Damn.
Chat.
Oh,
So
that's wild.
we're gonna start the Saturday Night Hypnosis Adopt a Black Foundation, and we're gonna.
Oh.
The first one is gonna be Atreus. His guy, he needs help, man. He needs some serious direction in life.
Jesus.
So the highest super chat will gain ownership of Atreus. This is a really bad way to say it.
Yeah,
we got
there it is.
500.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Nah, back out. Pull out, bro.
Modern day
No.
slave auction.
Is this
Damn.
nigga trafficking me?
Man,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help. That's
From
what
the
I'm
street.
Use a digital auction.
Tucker Studios.
YouTube. I'm just trying to get this man help because I can't do it anymore. I don't think I'm capable.
I don't know what I need help with.
You just need direction in
From
life.
the stream that brought you Spear Chucker Studios comes literal black slavery.
It says, I thought we would pass this. No, never.
Duh.
Atreus bringing up
Crazy.
bullshit.
You could adopt Atreus today for the low price.
That's what we're calling it now. Adopting.
$500. Shut up. All right, let's catch up on super chats, and then we're gonna get into the Steam summer sales. This stream's fucked up, man. This is fucked up. Oh my god, what did Mike call this
Can't
stream?
blame Ryan
The most
anymore
racist
either.
stream ever? Yeah, he was right, bro. He was right. Mike was right.
You can't even blame it on Ryan anymore.
I
No,
know.
yeah, really.
God, we sure can.
It was in memory of him, though.
God
Yeah.
damn.
That's a
We just blame
legacy
it
to
on
live.
Wizard, bro. He's here. It's fine.
There you go.
How could you
If
not
you did-
blame this
Rad
guy?
Wizard.
You might as
You
well.
could have told everyone that is Ryan. They would have believed you.
That's true.
No, because then they'll mass report me and say, "Oh, he's ban evading or whatever." It's like, no, bro, stop.
Are they
He's
gonna
got a
do that
Grand
anyways,
Wizard on his
no?
stream.
Seriously. All right, where the hell did we leave off? Hold on. Jeez. We got right here Nathan Moon for a 2. Weird. Kato wearing a cowboy hat tonight. Dang, he called you a
man, he
short
lost his
king.
all.
How do you feel about that?
Nah, gang.
He called you a foot fondler.
How you feel about that?
I told you, nah, gang. This is not it.
Oh.
Just
All right,
take
so
it.
that's Ron DFK for a 2. Finally, a use for PS5 touchpad. # Pragmata. Well, I feel like there's some sus in there. I don't know. I'm gonna skip that one.
If it works.
Space Monkey with a 2. Glad it's a female protagonist because mods. I don't know what. Oh, we're talking about Resident Evil 9. Got it. I'm sure
I'm
the
like,
mods are gonna.
I'm like, hopefully not pragmatic. 'cause
Yeah, that's
Yikes.
big yikes.
Yikes.
I was worried for a second.
Is there a good Gundam game?
I'm
Yeah.
playing SD Alliance right now.
SD Alliance is
Dynasty
good.
Warriors Gundam. Fire.
Yep, that as well.
That shit tore up my 360 controller back in the day, bro. My
Gundam Breakers. There's
the
also
buttons was jelly beans. It was
Atreus,
crazy.
you really
I'm
can't
looking
wait.
Why
at
did
Gundam
she
like
sound
you
white
can't-
trash when she said
You
that?
can't wait 5 minutes. We're gonna talk about the Steam Summer Sales. Hold on. Beautiful Zexel for a 5. Question for Atreus. When you went back to kill the regenerators, did you say, "Let me finish"?
Nah, I said let me quit being a bitch.
Makes
And
sense.
then, quit,
Caramel.
and then rage quit again.
Caramel with a 5. I got myself the full Rogue Trader bundle, half off on this sale. Nice.
I got
Good score. Nexus with a 2. Phrasing, Hypno, clip it. Loving the show tonight. Good, man. I'm glad. Archangelus with a 2. This panel is so wild. I love it. Laughing too hard. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
I appreciate that. The Clippers are not laughing right now. Eric Jenkins with 199. He fetched a good bucket of chicken and a 40. Bro, and all of this is coming from a profile picture that is literally ridiculous, bro.
Really?
I can't. I can't with this.
I
man.
mean,
Even
can
for me.
you suspend YouTube for allowing it?
Ye-
That's
True.
not on you.
YouTube would be the one. YouTube would be the one.
Yeah,
We
not
got
on you.
Adam Juman for $1 on Rubble. That is like a car dealer selling a car to you and leave without a car. How stupid do they think when selling a collector set without the game? It's talking about Borderlands 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's not the first one though. Crazy
and
enough,
it
it's not
won't
the
be
first.
the last.
Yep.
Okay, we're fully caught up everywhere, boys. Let's talk about the Steam Summer Sales. So,
well, before we move on,
of course, interrupting the colored. All right, go ahead.
I gotta in the private
Jesus.
chat. I ratioed Randy Pitchford, so I figured we'll share that one.
Can we save that for when we talk about Borderlands 4?
Oh, I thought you were going into that. My bad. Carry on.
I just said Steam Summer Sale,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
but before that, you were talking about Borderlands though, so I just
All right. Anyway, kind Guys, man, I swear to God, these
Anyway,
people don't
save
listen.
it. Save it for later. Sorry.
All right, we can't have off cameras at the top. No thanks.
Crazy.
There we go. All right, so let's talk about the Steam Summer Sale. What are we buying, man? What is everybody picking up on the Steam Summer Sale? Talk to me. What's
Not a
going on?
whole hell of a lot, honestly. It's a pretty.
It
low
turns out I already
selection.
own pretty much everything that's on it. It was
I
all
can give
gifted to me.
recommendations, but yeah. I
Well,
have pretty
before
much
we give
everything I want.
recommendations, what is everybody's opinion on the summer sale? Let's actually look at it because I'm feeling like this summer sale is a little bit light.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean,
Atreus, good.
No, I was gonna say only thing I seen up here that I might get is Rebirth, and that's because I bought it on PS5 and played it once and then haven't touched it since. But-
First and
So you
foremost,
would buy it again?
yeah, because he wants to play it where he wants to. He wants to play it on a better platform. Anyway, real quick though, guys, just so you know, go look at ggdeals.com whenever you're doing summer sale stuff, because sometimes the deals on other like key sites are better. And GG Deals basically lays out all of the key sites. Now, I will say there's some key sites, if I don't recognize them, I don't trust them, I don't use them. But if you want to find a quick way to just compare prices and see what's the best, yeah, GG Deals is pretty good with that.
Okay. Good.
How
to
many
know.
of you guys got Star Wars Outlaws? It's on sale.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't. Thank God. Nobody's gifted it to me either. So don't even
It
fucking
was-
think about it.
it
I
was
know you
gifted to me.
motherfuckers in the chat how you work. Don't even think about it.
It's still too much money. That game's a pile of crap.
Well, real quick, two things. One, Will has to go. So, Will, you want an outro?
Yeah. First of all, I wanted to just share this with you guys because you asked me to draw a wizard, so I'm working on it.
Fire. Yeah, I saw the one you drew of me. That was awesome.
You
Thank
got
you,
the
Will.
DSLs. Good job, man.
Cheers. We need to talk about what I don't know what we're going to put on the top of this. So
only.
No,
Only
no, we're not gonna speed past what he just said.
Only Atreus got that. I love it. It's great.
Beautiful.
Atreus, that's how you know we're ghetto, man. This.
Oh man.
Nobody heard that.
He said
They heard-
DSLs.
Did he
and
say
nobody-
banana?
Jesus Christ. Thanks for having me. Unfortunately, turns out I have to go. My family's hungry and apparently we don't have any food.
Nice.
My bad. So I'm gonna go take care of that. I'll be actually on my Discord in hopefully a couple of hours, I think, to watch Red Dwarf.
Let's
So
go.
if you want to join the watch party, be a part of it, then come and do that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna zip because I'm getting yelled at on my phone. So
oh no.
Avoid it, man. Avoid it.
Not
Go
yelled
do
at.
your
but
thing.
I gotta do what I gotta do. But it's been fun. I will be listening. So enjoy
right,
the rest
brother.
of the show, guys. Thanks everybody. Thanks, chat.
All right, man.
Take it
Thank you,
easy. See
sir.
next time.
Appreciate you.
Take care.
Be
Bye.
well. Be well. Bye. All right. Let's
And the other thing, that was one.
Yep. Yep.
The other thing, Ubisoft sales on the Steam Summer Sale are so bad that it's actually comical. Like not just Star Wars Outlaws, but going through all of them, like they're terrible discounts. They've had better discounts earlier this year than they have right now. It's ridiculous. But anyway.
Well, so really quick, thank you, Eric Jenkins. I appreciate you gifting International Space Banana.
Oh my God.
That's very nice of you, sir. Yep, very nice. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll go over the other gifts in a second. One of the things I noticed in this particular summer sale, and I said this backstage, is that it seems like a lot of AAA games are not as cheap as they normally would be during the Steam Summer Sale. I'm seeing a lot of 20% off, 25% off.
They're already enacting their plan to be like full digital. We can start charging more and give worse sales in the future. This is literally foreshadowing for what everyone can expect. with
Is
the
Dynasty
original
Warriors Origins a new game?
What I'm saying.
It is, and
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that game to go down in price, and it just refuses to. It's just crazy to
I'm
me.
like, I didn't know they made a new Dynasty Warriors, and I'm looking at this shit. I'm like 53.90. I mean 53.89. Nah, I'm good, gang. I was gonna try.
Yeah. It's been out for like a year now.
And
I want to play it. Oh, I do want to play it, but Musu games, like I like them, but I can't. I have to play one like every 5 years, and I get my fill, and I kind of just move on. Shout out to those games though. They keep going strong.
I've been playing the shit out of
Dude,
this.
that was the Hyrule Warriors. The OG is the last one I played and thoroughly enjoyed. I bought that on the Wii U day one, and I had no regrets. It was fire.
That was a good one.
Nice.
Eric Jenkins. Now you know monkeys don't do math, right? Like this.
Yo,
is,
son, that's crazy, dog.
like this game don't make no sense, bro. What is this game, bro? What is this?
This
Eric
is
Jenkins,
proof
come on.
that there is a game for fucking everything. Like if you
Oh,
can
yeah.
pick it up, there's a game for it.
Look, guys, I decided to buy all the Battlefield games because they are all like $2 each.
Chill.
All the
What
good
would
ones
you-
anyway.
What would you
So-
guys say is the best Battlefield game? Because I haven't played any.
Bad Company 2.
Yeah,
okay.
Three is
I'll
amazing.
fight everybody on that. Nope.
3 is
Never.
phenomenal as well. 4 is also very good.
4 is really
Okay.
good. But
Bad
it's not
Company
2, 3,
2.
4.
That's the only answer.
Oh my god. It's so sad because Battlefield used to be such a phenomenal franchise. It's like every release was fucking hot fire. It was so
After
good.
4, it was over.
You know what? I could live with 1. 1 was interesting. I think that was the last good Battlefield game. Everything else after that was just fucking trash.
Yep.
Damn.
Like it
Bad
didn't
Company
have
too.
a battle. True, but yeah, like, and the thing is, like, Battlefield didn't even have like a bounce back moment like Call of Duty had, because people love the shit out of Warzone. But like Battlefield, every new iteration of Battlefield was just worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it, y'all lost the plot.
Yeah.
I also think they were trying to mainstream the game a little bit in a way, kind of similar to Call
Yeah.
of Duty. They slowly starting to go in that direction, and they kind of lost their identity for why so many people, especially people on PC, love them, because a lot of those big, massive battles and lobbies were only possible on PC.
Yeah.
So that's why they had such a huge following, and then that just kind of like died off after a while. So in terms of sales, I mean, what did we pick up? Who picked up? Smash, you want to go first?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the best deal, in my opinion, that I had to jump on was the remake of what is it, Star Ocean 2, Star Ocean Second Story R, which is half off. It was a $50 game. And I was like, dude, I just don't have the time to play it. So to pay full price is like too crazy when it came out. But dude, it's like $25 and the art style is so sexy. It's so like, I just think that it's so phenomenal. I'm actually very happy to have gotten it for $25.
So I looked
Nice.
at the Steam sale, a lot of what's going on there, and like, there's nothing there that I care about.
Exactly. That's how.
There's
Yeah,
I mean,
hold
like,
on, hold
The
on.
sales aren't good enough.
I would say,
There are some good sales.
I will
There's
say,
some.
I will say that there are like I want to play Cyberpunk at some point. I got to get a stronger PC, obviously, but like I want to play Cyberpunk at some point. By the time I get a new PC, it's probably still going to be on. It's going to be like fucking full retail price or some shit like that. But like, there's nothing there that I'm looking at everything, and I'm just like, I don't care to play this. I don't care to play this. I don't care to. And it's not that I don't have time to. It's just that I don't give a fuck about them.
How
So-
about? Oh, God.
The first thing, just really quick, the first thing I always do, I'm sure everybody does, is immediately I go to deep discounts, like to see what is deep discounted, right? So
Right.
you got
I
right
think
now
I was saying before the Guardians one was really
Like
good.
Mason.
this is a steal right here. Black Mesa
Yeah.
Definitive Edition for $199. If you haven't bought that, well, there's something wrong with you. Go buy that.
Looks like Half-Life style, is it?
Jurassic World from $60 to $299. I mean, what the fuck? That's insane.
That is
That is
That is
like
crazy
literally
stuff.
a massive sale, 95% off. Crash Bandicoot from $40 to
Steal
$399.
3
I mean, that's
games.
a
3
literal
fire
steal. Fuck this.
Yeah, for real.
I was waiting for you guys to say on that one.
House Flipper. I mean, if you want to pretend, you know what it's like to be white and have good credit, this is it.
Oh my
sure.
god,
If you wanna
no.
For sure. Never played this, but yeah, you go
Besiege
to
is good. Besiege
is it?
actually really good.
I never
played that.
actually
Yeah.
played this.
Yep.
If you go to this motherfucker, man, you better not be on your phone. Kata, if you're on your phone, don't even bother.
Is he trying to join?
I'm gonna wait till you get on camera and see if you're at home or not. So
He's either on his phone or he's wasted.
probably.
Yeah.
He's on his fucking phone. I knew it in his car. Look at this.
Little Nightmares 2 is good.
Hey, are you going through the car wash?
Nah, bro. Nah. I kicked
You're
the
not
trays
tall
for
enough
this.
to be on the stream.
I kicked the
Yo,
trays.
that's crazy.
I kicked the trays for the same reason. I'm not keeping you on the phone, man.
I just wanted to come on and talk about the games I bought on the summer sale.
Talk about it when you're on the mic.
Man, I ain't gonna be home until about 2:00 in the morning, bro.
That
All right,
sounds
well-
like a personal problem.
Yeah, jump in Streamlabs then. I don't know who's going to be here, but jump in.
Yeah,
Right.
jump in. You got the link. Good luck. All right. So
damn.
we got.
Wow.
I'm not gonna keep him and I kicked Atreus and Smash for the same exact thing. Like,
Gotta
yeah,
be
come on.
consistent. Gotta be consistent.
Love you, Kata. So we got this is a good one too. I don't know if you
That's a
guys are into this, but
steal.
Little Nightmares for $2.99. Huge steal. I mean, this game is so good.
I mean,
It
the
is
best,
really
the
good.
best game. Yes,
I'm
RoboCop right in the
against
middle.
that. I'm
If you
against
don't
that.
buy RoboCop at $5 and you still
You're
have yet to buy
crazy.
this game, like honestly, you deserve to be smited.
You're crazy. This is
To put
this
it nicely.
is-
Where do you see
this
RoboCop
game-
for $5?
right here on the screen,
Right in the
bro.
middle of the screen, brother.
It's on the
RoboCop
screen.
$4.99, bro.
No, I'm saying on my screen, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, well, you're dealing with different anyway. So
Type in RoboCop and hit search.
Well, there is a RoboCop game, so make sure you
There
Don't
is.
type in RoboCop.
but RoboCop Rogue City is by far an amazing deal. $5, you're gonna get insane content with with some of the best FPS gameplay that I have ever played in a long time.
Yeah, it's so
it was
punchy,
truly
man.
shocking. Truly
So
shocking.
fucking punchy. I like. I love a game where you just feel like you're really putting a dent in anything that you're fighting, or like the world itself, like destruction. Oh, it's so satisfying.
It is. If you want to play pre-trans, you could play Beyond Two Souls for $1.99.
Oh Lord, dude.
I actually like that game.
Outlast, like I was telling Atreus, $1.99. Man up,
Don't
buy
play
it.
it.
And that's the second one too. They got the first one and the second one on sale.
The second one was terrible. I stand on that.
I got
stand
this
on
in my library. That's crazy. Steins Gate for $2.99. Blasphemous.
Nobody's surprised you have it.
$2.49.
I haven't
Crypto-
played Blasphemous. People said it's awesome though, so it's another one I need to try. To
Oh,
get
bro, we were talking about this. We were talking about this backstage. Guardians of the Galaxy,
Oh, God,
$5.99.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
that's
That's a
deal.
good
This is
deal.
this is a
Don't-
genuine good game. I want
Yeah,
people to
don't-
understand. People have a misconception about
Like,
this
that
game
one's worth it.
because
Right.
Marvel
Because of,
Avengers came out
Avengers.
before this game. Do not let that be the case. This is a steal for $6. It genuinely is a great single player
It's a single
experience.
player game, yeah.
It's a funny, fun game. Definitely a good one for sure. Battlefront, if you guys are trying to help revive that series so that people can get the third game and then ignore it like they did the
I'll
second
play
one.
it. I just go
That's
play as
$3.99.
Vader or Fortnite or whatever. I don't care.
But seriously, get Black Mesa. I'm not kidding.
All right,
Yeah,
can I
Black
name
Mesa.
2 games we gotta get though?
I was just going through the deep discounts because that's a smart way to buy right now. I'm
Gotcha,
trying to,
smart,
you know,
smart.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh
That's
Lord.
what I'm saying.
I'm getting a lot of gifted games from Old Man Jenkins. This fucking guy. Go ahead, Smash. Try it.
So Slay the Spire, you guys hear me say it all the time. It's
Uh-huh.
on sale 75% off right now for $6.24.
Oh,
It
wow.
is one of the best games I've ever played. It's a card game, but it is the most like addicting game you'll ever play. Another one, Hollow Knight, 50% off. I know a lot of people already know
Nice.
that one, but like a lot of people
Hollow
have been like, "Oh, I've heard of Hollow Knight. I should play it, but I don't want to pay full price." Buy it now. It's 50% off. So
It's really
definitely
good.
get Hollow Knight. Those are the
Nice.
2 big ones that I would say definitely pick up no matter what. Those games are incredible.
Okay. What else? What else
Yeah.
we thinking? Who else? Anybody?
Dragon Age Veilguard is only $30. That's a good one.
Stop it,
All right,
man.
that's
God
that's
damn
his,
it.
that's his last time on the show.
Wow.
That's first and last time. Man, the first episode, crazy. How long did Ryan last?
It's a new record.
Even with all his racism, it's crazy.
Yeah.
100 something episodes.
That's crazy, man.
Tales of Arise is $10. If you own the original Space Marine, they now have the remaster for half off because that game did not sell at all. The remaster of Space Marine
Oh
1.
shit.
Yeah, that
Okay.
shit
Yeah,
took a
dude.
massive L on upon release. It was like $50 or some shit like that. And
That
it
game's
did
all in the face, yeah.
complete
All right,
total
I don't know
bomb.
I don't know if this game is in the summer sale, but Singularity is one of
Okay.
one of the best, one of my favorite, I would say. One of my favorite like sci-fi shooter games. It's like $9.89 right now, 67% off. That's something
That
that's
is
so
worth
much
it.
fun game.
The
That is
Portal
so-
that
games,
game
I think, are like
slaps.
$2 each.
Oh yeah, those every
If you
time there's
wanna-
a big
if you want to
Steam
go
sale,
down,
they're
yeah,
so
go
good.
down memory lane with that. That
I
was a
saw
good game.
Hogwarts Legacy is 15. I think if anyone hasn't played that.
Let's see
Which is a
Warhammer.
good, that's a
Yeah, it's a
Great
good
game.
Looking at all the other AAA games, like that's one of the only ones that gives you it's a deep discount.
Yeah.
The rest are
Yeah.
ridiculous. This is insane. Like all of the Sony games, Spider-Man, They're all
Yeah,
still pushing.
it's mostly the Steam summer sales really good for indies right now, but the
You
AAA,
just basically got
terrible.
Nintendo summer sales game prices.
right.
Yes.
It's a good point. They're all trying
What-
to rip a page out of Nintendo.
With the summer sales, I always look up like any sale I should say. I immediately look up Warhammer games because I fucking love those games. They're always top tier. And there's like a genre of Warhammer games for pretty much everybody. Like doesn't matter. So you got Warhammer 40K Dark Tide, $15.99. Total War Warhammer 3, $20. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 is $35.99 right now, 40% off. That's pretty good deal for that game. Rogue Trader, $24.99. Warhammer 2, $14.99. The first one, $14.99.
Dark Tide.
That's DLC or whatever. Vermintide 2, $6. Battle Sector, $19.99. Bolt Gun, bro. Bolt Gun is a great game. If you like old school Doom style, kind of like boomer shooters, get that game. $10, $11 right now. What else? Warhammer 40K Gladius Relics of War, $4. What's the entire collection for Total War Warhammer, $67 right now for 3 games. Inquisitor Martyr, I have like 170 hours in that game, $5. Mechanicus, $7. Chaos Bane, platinum that game, $3. This is another one. If you could buy Chaos Bane, bro, it's an ARPG, Diablo style, really fun. Lots of fun classes, $3, bro. That you're gonna get insane amount of hours for that. And I mean the list keeps going on and on for Warhammer stuff. So
Off of the Warhammer topic, I know it's kind of a controversial one because some people love it, some people hate it. I loved BioShock Infinite.
I'm sorry.
No, so this is never gonna happen
it's a
again.
good game.
This is never gonna happen again. I agree with Smash.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
I was expecting you to say something other than that. How
All
about-
the way until the ending.
Thank
once
you.
Once they
One.
pulled that
It's a good game.
multiverse shit, I was like,
That
you
shit
guys
was
are
retarded.
gay.
Yeah.
You guys are
I
gay.
can agree
Yeah.
with that, but the game itself up until that is awesome. Like
It was
I love
really
it.
intriguing
Solid
up
game.
until that point. Yeah.
Two things. I had one, that ending was not good. And two, I have what is known as automatonophobia, and that's fear of humanoid shaped objects such as mannequins and shit like that. And the way that they move in that fucking game, and like as you're going up the
I know what to
gondola,
buy you now.
thank you. As you're going up the fucking gondola, like towards the end, where you're going to fight Father Comstock in a big ass fucking tower, it's just got the president's heads poking through the fucking storm clouds. I almost threw my fucking PlayStation out the window for that shit. I don't like looking at that shit.
Damn.
Well, again, the game itself is great. Overall, it's just that ending, man. God,
It was so bad.
like what were you thinking? Why'd you do that? You know,
Yeah.
I understand you wanted to tie it all together and have everybody go, wow, know, because you go to the fucking what do you call it?
The clouds.
The lighthouse where you discover
Lighthouse.
that each lighthouse is like a fucking next multiverse
Another
world or some shit. I'm like, that's so gay, bro. You're
I mean,
totally
this is in the moment I didn't mind it, but in hindsight, I agree with you.
Yeah.
If that
I
makes
thought
sense.
the DLC tied it up though.
I would have
The DLC
preferred.
did a good job of explaining that away.
I would have preferred if they made the Lutece twins like more villainous as opposed to just people who just talk.
yeah, I suppose.
I agree.
If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, $16.49 for Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, how about this one?
Which I know
Yeah.
Mike's gonna be like, yeah, no.
Don't support
it gets
MK1.
milk.
Mike, how about you recommend some fighting games, bro, that are on sale? What's on sale? Anything?
Bro, there's nothing for like fighting.
Shredder's
games.
Revenge.
Yeah, no. I looked through it. I found some stupid game called Hachisaku, which is I think it's based on the Japanese urban legend or myth about the tall woman that if she sees you, she kills you. But the twist is that this one, she's like super sexy. She's got like giant boobs. So I saw that and I was like, this looks really dumb. I'm probably gonna play it. So,
Nice.
in the sales themselves, they don't look very impressive. So I'm just looking at the super obscure games. I found that and I found something else where you're fighting a demon that dances a lot. So it's a lot of stupid shit.
There's definitely some obscure, interesting titles that are here for cheap that I think you could find a good amount of hours in each one you buy. And that's why I always go to the deep discount one first, because you'd be surprised what you find there.
Mhm.
But you know what's not on sale?
Stellar Blade.
Borderlands.
Guesses?
Perhaps that's why it turns up where you least expect it.
What the fuck is this?
Ate everything. The
It's
refrigerator
everything.
game.
The washing
Oh, shit.
machine,
What
the
the fuck?
chair, the refrigerator.
That's right. The refrigerator's not on sale, boys.
Who comes up with this shit?
Damn.
My day
Yeah.
is ruined.
They
Sorry.
everything.
Sorry. Yeah, in that game, so you can turn inanimate house objects into basically
game is the journal-
things you could have sex with.
The journo's dream. Having
They need
sex
to
with
put
the
whoever
laundry.
made that game needs to go on a watch list. That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, so the journalists who are shilling for this game, apparently one of them wants to fuck her fridge now. But
course.
apparently she finds Eve to be very problematic and overly
Horrifying.
sexualized.
No, of course she does.
But not her fridge, though.
Not the
her
fridge.
Not her
fridge.
fridge. Her
Yeah,
fridge
not her
is just
fridge.
right.
Why do people keep on saying that Eve is unrealistic when she's based on someone that looks even better than her?
Oh, that's the best
Yeah.
gotcha.
If you
ever
can
on
find the answer to that, I would love it because none of us can find it right now. They just
I
know.
think it's because of like just
Ooh.
Eve's what they deem as quote unquote generic like facial features. She just looks like a regular. She just looks like a regular, basically a big a sex doll.
I got
Like a
I
lot
got
of like
one more.
characters of First Descendant and shit like that. They say they
guess.
just look really plain and boring. Like there's nothing that stand outish about them.
By
I
the
got-
way,
I got-
schedule one's on sale for 30% off. FYI.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you could be a dealer for cheap, bro. For the low.
For those that haven't bought Schedule 1 yet, it's on sale. Go ahead, Smash. What happened?
I got one more that you definitely have to get if you're
Okay,
into
what's that? What's that?
retro style games.
Go
Cursed
for it.
to Golf is $2, and it is awesome. Played the shit out of that game.
Nice.
Came out a couple years ago. Indie style game, and I believe the developer of it. I need to research it, but he had a hand in a pretty big game before he went indie. I'll look into it. But Cursed to Golf is $2. So if
Okay.
you like it, it's not like a golf game. It's like a video game that you can do stuff after hitting the golf ball, where it like lets you do stuff. It's very different than like a golf game. It's very fun.
Okay. Interesting. Sounds weird, but in a good way.
Mhm.
The other thing I like to do is I like to go down the list of top sellers to see what people are buying right now for the Steam Summer Sale. So I think that'll be interesting. So Counter-Strike doesn't count because it's free. Peak is still killing it right now. Peak is number 2 in the top sellers. It went from number 3 for the last couple of days to number 2. What's that? What's the numbers looking like? Hold on. We go type in Peak. What are we looking at? Let's see if the numbers go up.
Mr. Rouge
Yep.
bought that
So
game for me.
it has an all-time new concurrent player count. Went from 102 to 110,315 23 hours ago, with a 24-hour peak of the same number, and 95,084 people playing this game right now. So this game is the next Schedule 1 in terms of like the insane success compared to development time and all that stuff. I mean, it is wild. This game is just flying up. So people are thoroughly enjoying Peak, and that's great. That's great. The numbers haven't fallen too much on Twitch. A lot of people still watching that in terms of a streaming game. So that's good. Good for that. So Peak is number 2. Steam Deck doesn't count because they put that there no matter what. And then we got Cyberpunk 2077, number 4 at $20.
That's a pretty good deal.
Cyberpunk for $20, not bad.
It's been out for a long time. I would
Yeah.
expect it to be less than that.
Yes, I could agree with
Sorta.
that.
They
but-
added a lot though.
I don't know.
And-
That's a premium
Yeah,
experience.
but they
though.
Yeah.
They still charge you for. Don't they have DLC?
Yeah.
If you
Yes,
got
they do.
DLC. No. So with the DLC Ultimate Edition is $38. I mean,
That's
maybe
not
that's
terrible.
supposed to be
That's
fair.
not bad.
But if the base game
Yeah.
should be less than 20 to incentivize you to get the to get the $40 one too.
I
I'm
need y'all-
thinking. What happened?
No, I was gonna say I need y'all to start from the top though. 'Cause I kind of missed some.
Oh, there's
Oh my
nothing.
God.
It's not there. It's Counter-Strike for
There's
free.
nothing.
Peak is a new indie game that's going like Schedule 1 crazy right now. Steam Deck is always here because they cheat. It's Valve. And then you got Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk's number 4 right now. $20 off. I think $15.99 would be the number. in my
Well,
opinion.
Rockstar and CD Projekt Red always do this thing where their games won't go under a certain threshold until their next game releases.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. So
Yeah.
when Witcher 4 comes out, Cyberpunk would be like what? $10 probably. something like that.
Yeah, because Witcher 3's been on sale for like $6 a bunch of times, or $8.
Yeah, but that didn't happen until after Cyberpunk came out.
Right.
I definitely noticed a lot of that shit with those two particular game companies.
Expedition 33 is on sale for what it was when it first released. Again, so $44.99, and it is right below Cyberpunk 2077. So this game is cooking still.
It was so good.
Still, even after. Mike, did you play Expedition 33, or you don't really play RPGs like that?
I really have like a newfound appreciation for turn-based RPGs, but I haven't had a chance to play that one yet.
Yeah, this one I'm still playing through
I
it
would
right now.
I would love to know your opinion on that for whenever you get to that.
It's at the top of my list. I just need to finish off Infinite Wealth and Pirate Yakuza. Once I've done those, and I'm going to play that.
Nice.
And Atreus, did you say you're playing it right now?
Well, I mean, I was playing it. I was actually playing it when we started, but the shit was fucking with my camera. My camera was glitching out, so I closed the game.
So you like just started playing it?
No. I've been playing it. Like I started, I was streaming it, and then I stopped streaming. I'm getting back into it.
Gotcha.
This game is me personally, I don't see it. I know like this game is unbelievably successful, and they are swearing that this is like the greatest experience ever.
Kato.
I don't. Yeah, Dune Awakening. I don't know why. I've watched some people stream the game. Maybe it's just me, but I'm just not seeing it.
Are you into MMOs by chance?
Of course I am. That's why I'm shocked. I don't understand or see why. What's so special about this game?
Is it like
I don't know. Not to be an asshole, but and I don't really know anything in depth about Dune, but Dune just feels like a way more boring Star Wars to me.
That's what I always thought of it.
I still kind of feel that way about it.
George Lucas read Dune and was like, "What if this was good?"
So you're saying it's an okay. So here's my problem. So you're saying it's an MMO, right, Cassie? And other people also saying it's an MMO, right? I've seen Carolyn playing this game, X-Ray Girl, all these people saying it's an MMO. Great.
Okay.
That's normally something I'll be down for. They're not calling it an MMO, right? They're calling it a survival whatever fuck, like survival world.
But they're women, so it makes sense.
No. Like there's guy streamers calling it MMO. Everybody's calling it an MMO, but they're not calling it an MMO. So my thing is, I don't want to go into this expecting an MMO.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like rust with other players on a mass scale. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because there's base building in this game, and now there's talks about separating PvE and PvP because people were complaining about that. Apparently, I don't know. It seems like a volatile experience right now that I kind of want to wait maybe a month or two before diving into. But I have the game; it's in my library. This is just one I don't get.
I don't want to pay $50 for it.
See, I'm sorry, not Trace. Kata says it's an MMO and survival crap. So that doesn't sound like something I'm too into, to be honest with you. But
when he says survival craft, does he mean like the forest?
Like you spend a lot of time crafting shit. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to play that.
Oh,
like, you have to build like your bases and shit or something like that.
Nah, fuck
I don't know. I just maybe I got to give it a chance. Maybe it's something I got to actually like first person check out myself.
The shit. What do you mean?
Power World was the shit, but it's the reason why I don't play Power World anymore is because I can't get into like having to build a base. Like it was cool at first, but like going out having to get materials all the goddamn. I ain't like doing that shit in a fast-paced environment in Fortnite. So I damn sure don't like it when I gotta do it. Like damn, I gotta spend an hour building a fucking base just for some niggas tomorrow. Oh shit, your shit getting invaded.
Yo,
fuck that.
I can imagine Atreus waking up in the middle of the night, fucking got jumping out of bed. And he's like, "Well, my base getting invaded." No,
bro,
that happens in mobile games, bro. Your base could get invaded at any moment. You get fucked. You go to bed all happy. You wake up in the morning, you got nothing.
Well, in Power World's defense, all you have to do is just have some like a strong pal or two, and you're set. You don't
but what if somebody else got a stronger pal or two?
This is a single player game, so you ain't got to worry about that.
What's a single player game?
Power.
Well, actually, yeah, it's a single player game unless you open like you have a server where people can jump in.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, makes sense.
It's not MMO.
Got it. Elden Ring, obviously, it's always going to be a hot seller. $35.99 right now. Dead by Daylight, $8. This is another one I haven't played Dead by Daylight, and I know a lot of people like pretty much.
Adam Krigler swears by that game.
It's got a really strong.
I think
player
I have played it. Isn't it like what
A hide
Friday
and
the
seek kind of
13th
game.
was?
Yeah, a hide and seek game.
Yeah, okay. Those are fun.
Baldur's Gate 3, $47.99, 20% off. They're being a little stingy with this one.
That
No,
should
no.
be that should be
But-
50% off right now.
In reference to
It
Dead
should
by
be.
Daylight,
Yeah.
they do
It's
have
'cause it keeps
Junji Ito
selling.
characters. They have Junji
Yeah.
Ito characters as enemies, so that might be incentive to try it out.
Well, isn't Dead by Daylight the one that has like all these different collaborations? Which is why
It's
they got
one
like
of
Five Nights at
Yeah, there's
Freddy's
a
right
bunch of
now on
different
their
characters
profile
on it.
picture. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll see. Schedule 1 we talked about 30% off. Ready or Not, $24.99. Date Everything, obviously full price. Rematch is another one that's banging right now, bro. Rematch is
It's a great game.
doing very well. Wait, you played it?
Yeah. Me, I've got another YouTuber that I play with called Biscuit, and we've got a full team, and it is so much fun. Like I don't like football either, and I'm loving it.
Is it more arcadey?
Yeah. It's you ever play FIFA Street?
FIFA Street, yes.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't, but I've seen it.
It's like a blend of FIFA Street, and it's got a little bit of Captain Tsubasa and a little
shit.
bit of like the old arcadey PS1 football games. But you can do a lot of cool stuff in it, and it really promotes teamwork, and it makes everybody play in different positions. So at some point you'll have to be in goal, or like you have to run out and be a striker. It's really good. I definitely recommend it.
So it's Blue Lock on steroids.
Okay.
It's Blue Lock on steroids.
That sounds fun.
I've literally got a character there that looks like Isagi.
There you go.
Marvel Spider-Man 2, $47.99 for those that want to play
that's
as a deaf girl.
The deaf girl.
Red Dead Redemption 2. This is a steal.
That is a
$14.99.
steal.
That's a great price.
Damn.
That is
That
not a
is-
good price. To be fair.
You will be very busy for a long time for 15
Dude,
bucks. I mean, that is
I put off that
good
game
price.
for years because I was like, I like GTA being fast. I don't want to ride horses and shit. And like, within the last year, I played it and realized how fucking wrong I am. And
Yeah.
I've been modding the shit out of it to made it even better now. That's seriously the greatest game ever.
yeah. Helldivers 2, $31.99. Let's see what else we got. Bro, even Oblivion Remastered is on sale now, and that shit just came out at
I was thinking
$39.99.
about that one.
Holy shit! And these other games are
That
being
makes me
stingy as
think it
fuck.
didn't sell as well
Potentially not. They might be trying to make up the lack of sales because of Game Pass, maybe.
because of
Who
Game
knows?
Pass.
Yeah, it's
We don't
possible.
have stats on it yet, but for it to be $10 off, only
I mean,
2
I
months
still
out.
think it's
That
it's
was
sold pretty
doing
well
good.
though.
What are we talking about? That was going gangbusters on
Well-
concurrent player count on Steam.
Do
The
we?
thing is, Smash,
Okay,
we don't know though, because like, yeah, Steam probably sold 1 to what, let's say like 1.5 million copies, maybe even 2 million copies.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for all we know, Game Pass, it could be 10 million players on Game Pass, 8
Right,
million
but
players on Game
I guess the better point to be is that's Microsoft wants that. They don't care. I almost think they look at the Steam as like gravy.
This is
Like,
extra,
they just,
yeah.
They just want the Game
Yes.
Pass. So
Yeah, it makes sense. Repo's on sale, $7.99. Damn, Phantom Liberty, 30%, only $9 off. Wow.
Ghost of Tsushima should be way cheaper than that. That's
PlayStation is being pretty fucking stingy this time around.
PlayStation
They're
really
trying to
are.
be like
Imagine my fucking
Nintendo. That's
shock.
a Nintendo price. That's crazy.
This is another steal. Liza P for $30. I wish it was a little bit lower, personally. I think if it was like $19.99, that would be exceptional. Especially since the DLC just came out.
Well, is the DLC paid or free?
No, it's paid. It's paid.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars Battlefront, $4, like we said. Death Stranding 1, $15.99.
Walking Simulator.
Sons of the
Jesus Christ.
Forest, $10. And I mean, the list goes on and on after that. And
Marvel
for
Rivals
you
free.
casual collections out there, NBA 2K25, $9.79.
I would never buy that because that's all microtransactions in those games anyway.
Yeah.
Power World.
Power World, $22.49.
Power World being $23 is actually good because you pay for that and you get all the expansions and shit like that.
KCD's being stingy as fuck too. 20% off, $47.99.
Yeah.
That's because
I
all
guess
these
you think
games
it's
have
gonna be
sold really
expensive for
well.
Black Friday.
Here's another one, 7 Days to Die, $26.99.
I asked in the chat, but nobody answered. Has anyone played that Rise of the Ronin game? Because I've been thinking of that one.
Nope.
Okay, so I
No,
want
not
to.
yet.
I really want to, right?
Yeah.
But if you go to, you know what, I'll just show you.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's mid as fuck. But
it's
it's
not-
not,
it's not even about
terrible.
that.
It's not terrible, but it's kind of in the mid range.
It's nothing. It's
not even about that.
It leaves you absolutely whelmed.
I was very whelmed. Okay, good sign.
So it's,
have you guys seen a game called Blood Message?
Yeah,
no.
Sounds familiar.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one they showcased recently.
Yeah, the Chinese game.
That's the one that's like it looks almost Assassin's Creed like, but it's not open world. It's you know, pretty streamlined experience.
It looked like a cross of like Uncharted, God of War, Assassin's Creed, and Last of Us.
And a little Onimusha too.
Yeah,
a little bit. The reason to answer your question, Wyatt, the reason why for Rise of the Ronin, I have it. I want to play it very bad. I was supposed to Griffcast the game and review it, but this game is broken. Very broken. Terribly broken.
The save glitch, right?
The save glitch, so you could lose your entire playthrough.
Yep.
Like just randomly
hear
and
about that.
like hours on end. And if you look at the reviews on Steam, aside from Cassie's "Fix Your Shit," it's hilarious. By the way, let me
That's awesome.
That.
Fix your shit, sincerely, Cassie.
It was a disastrous launch. This game ran like ass upon release.
People are just look. This person refunded it. Fun game held back by its embarrassingly terrible optimization. If you go to the forums, it's nothing but people complaining about how shitty it runs, like really bad.
Isn't this who made this Koei Tecmo or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, fucking.
They are notorious for making like dog shit and then not patching it after release. Like they're notorious for that.
Koei Tecmo, yep, developed and published this game.
Of course.
So I was debating between should I try that game or should I just play Ghost of Tsushima again?
Just play Ghost. Ghost is a way better experience overall in terms of it works and it plays well and it runs amazing on PC. You will have a phenomenal time. Enjoy.
I've tried to review Rise of Ronin like 3 times now, and I beat Stellar Blade recently, and I have like 2 weeks before Wu-Chang comes out, 2-3 weeks. So I was looking for something to play in between. And I was going to make people vote on it. Ronin was going to be one of them. But then I went to check on it, and I look at the reviews, still trash. I look at the forum posts, people still bitching about performance. I'm like, damn, bro.
Damn.
Have you played Judgment?
No, I haven't. I have Judgment.
Dude, you have to please
I know.
play
You
Judgment.
keep telling me. I know.
Dude, it's so amazing.
I better see you in every Judgment stream. Like they're like not a single one missed.
I definitely will pull up every time I see you live.
Have you played Lost Judgment?
Not yet. I still need to. Oh my god.
So good. It's so good.
Dude, like Judgment is just on fucking fire. I'm sad that I don't think they're gonna make another one.
No, I don't think they will because they've got an issue of that studio Johnny, right?
Yeah, the main protagonist actor, his studio is like, we don't want our man naked on PC. It's like, shut up, bitch. You gonna be naked one way or another. Shut the fuck up.
I think the Judgment games are really good because they can wrestle with themes that they won't put in the normal Yakuza games because of the main characters.
Dude, Yagami is one of the best main protagonists in my opinion, and the story for Judgment is like so fucking phenomenal. It's so engaging. You think that how can they top the last chapter? And somehow they do, and it doesn't. The story does not lose steam. It takes like you have to get like past chapter 2.
Stop.
Dude, you should. You have. This is the perfect opportunity to.
I know.
It's such a phenomenal story. Good gameplay. I love Yagami. He's a phenomenal protagonist. This is honestly one of my favorite games of all time.
Put it away.
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm a Yagami glazer.
That shit is 8 inches.
She's right. She's 100% right though. Judgment and Lost Judgment are 2 of the best like beat 'em up action games I've ever played.
All right, I guess I'll play it soon.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Let me finish Adamfall first,
If
which
you
is
get
another game
Subunit.
that surprised me. Adamfall surprised me with how good it was.
Adamfall's good.
I can understand why there's some people that don't like it. It's because it's one of those games that don't hold your hand at all, like literally zero, like no yellow paint, no map markers aside from stuff you find. The main story doesn't tell you what it is. You got to explore the world and find it yourself.
You got to find it.
It is damn good for people who like to explore and stuff. So, pretty cool.
I played a few hours of it before I got taken away by Doom, and I was loving it.
Yeah, it's top tier.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over last thoughts on Steam Summer Sale, and then I'm going to go over Super Chats and whatnot. Then we're going to talk about Borderlands and close it up.
Could be 6 out of 10.
The sales Sales aren't good enough, and with
Super mid.
$80 price games coming down the pipeline, they're not going to get better.
Yeah.
Yay.
I think
good luck,
I think
everybody.
the sales are slightly above average. I would put a 6 on it.
It becomes difficult because it's like, dude, I buy everything and people keep gifting me shit. Stop it. But it's like at this point, what do I buy? It's crazy.
That's kind
If
of where
this
I'm
is
at
an
with it, too.
indicator-
I'm trying to catch up on my backlog. I'm looking at these sales.
Yeah,
and like,
same. I'm
wow.
good for years.
Why, it's
Well,
like I'm good for you.
but also that's a big facet of this too. It's like we all have massive backlogs of games we haven't played to completion
No, we
yet,
don't.
even though we want to. And
He's
okay, well,
like,
I
"No,
do
we
'cause
don't."
I'm busy, and I'm sure chat does too. Like, but then I look at these prices, and it's like, well, I'm not really swayed by this. And then as somebody who pays attention to like Black Friday pricing, where they usually get the steepest discounts,
Yeah.
this makes me think we're not going to have a good holiday season with game prices. We are moving much closer to higher game prices full time, and that's concerning.
I would be curious to see what the winter sales would look like.
Hold on.
Black Friday. What?
Dead Island 2 for $15. One of my favorite games this generation. Underrated as fuck. I'm telling you, it's so
Dead
fuck.
Island 2 is
If you love blood, gore, when you hit something, like you see the damage on, bro, fire and fun. And
How much?
pretty.
$15?
15.
Not bad.
I
Not
think that's
bad.
the
So
steepest
good.
this game has ever been too.
What about Dying Light? Is that game on sale?
I think the second one is. I don't know about the first.
No, the first one is usually always cheap. You can always find that on a discount, and it just
Oh,
got a
yeah.
little bit of the devs touched it up a little bit. They've enhanced the. They cleaned up the visuals a little more, and they actually cleaned up the audio too. So it's just a nicer. It's not a remaster, but they went back to it to sort of iron out the edges. And I played it right after I got off my live stream Thursday evening, and it was actually pretty solid. I was liking the way it was looking. I was getting into it, man. It's like, yo, Dying Light is one of the best games last generation, bro.
It really is.
That's pretty strong. All right, let's catch up on super chats. And well, let me do gifted games
wait.
first because there's a lot going on. Did you
You
gotta
know
go,
what? This
Cassie,
is
or-
this is my time. Unfortunately, I do got to cut out, but I
right.
appreciate everybody, man. Hold on, let me get on camera. I was doing a little stuff on my new PC while I was,
Yeah, you've been going.
coming
Just
up with guys.
stop.
You know it, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Yes,
going
like-
into this new PC, baby. No, it's so much. I hate getting new technology because it's so much work to have everything right the way the other one is. But I won't take up any more of you guys' time. Mike's good talking with you. Good chatting with you, bro. Have a good one.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. An awesome panel. As always, much love to you guys. And chat, I couldn't really talk too much because I had to use my side monitor for my second PC, so I didn't really have that opportunity. So sorry about that. But I was reading up on what y'all was talking about. Shout out to the chat. Find me at Cult Classic Cage on YouTube. Rumble, Kick, Mario Kart on Twitter. Yes, I know. And yeah, guys, I gotta go to work. So peace out. Have a great, safe rest of y'all weekends.
Peace out, Cassie.
Later, Cass.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Later.
Peace.
All right, so we got Scrap Gamer for a 5. Thanks for the comment from my Steam sale purchase. Shout out to you. Gaming Wolf for 3 months. I have to agree with Hypno. Steam summer sale so far is light. There are some good deals. Depends on what games you want to buy or get. I think if you're looking for AAA, you're going to be let down. But AA and indie, I think you'll find really good deals. Next is Nocturne for 2 games. Should be at absolute max $60, not 70 or 80. Fair. Too bad they don't believe that. Eric Jenkins 199. There was never a good Battlefield. Oof. All right, mods.
Okay.
Mods. We could definitely time out Eric Jenkins for like 30 seconds or whatever the lowest number is. Demon Carol for 10. BF3 was amazing, and BF4 going from 360 to Xbox One showed the massive difference between 30 and 60 FPS. But fuck me, was the launch rough. BF3 had the best rush maps. But best map I played was Arica Harbor on Bad Company 2. God, I miss Bad Company 2. That was such a good game. Caramel Beast of 499. Kada, A Little Nightmare. Oof. All right. God.
That's funny.
Next is Nocturne for a 2. Failguard is still way too expensive. 5 max with the DLC. Fair.
$30.
Griffin Claws for a 2. I'll wait until 2026. Backlog is insane. It is. And that's the beautiful thing.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
if you have a decent backlog and you try to go through all of it, by the time you're done, all the games you wanted to play would be like $5-10.
What the fuck is this backlog?
That's
thing
my
everybody's
plan.
Talking about?
Yo, everybody gives Sheep City and games. Don't give me games.
Everyone gift me games, fool. If Cassie and Hypnotic don't need games, give them to me.
Give it. I mean, I would love more games. Don't get me wrong, but help out Sheep City and help out Wyatt. Just don't give it a smash because they'll never get played. We know that.
You don't have to get
time,
games, but if you do,
if I live forever, I will get to everything.
If you live forever, that's a strong.
No, you won't. No, that's not true.
I will live forever.
You don't. That's not true. If you live forever, you won't get to everything because you won't think about getting to it.
Considering you were Dumbledore in the intro, I don't think you're living forever. I think your time is at an end.
I wasn't ready for that. I loved it.
Nice. Vet Gamer says, I'm having a bad day. I found out my toaster is cheating with a loaf of bread.
Damn.
We got Will the Fans for 24 months. Go see the player numbers, update everything, and prepare to lose your faith in humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have data on the modern audience.
Oh, no.
Isn't it pretty up there, though? It's like, what, 13,000, 14,000, something like that? Griffin Claw with a 2. Dune Spice Wars is a great RTS. Okay. Vet Gamer with a 20. I was in a closed beta for a while for Dune. I found it really boring. It was the beta, though, so maybe the full experience is better. I'm waiting to see if they do private servers like Conan Exiles. Okay, fair enough. Like I said, maybe this is generally one of those games that I just don't get. Like, I can understand there are some games that I just don't get. I just thought that I would get this one because, like I said, when I first saw it, I heard MMO. I heard, it's like one of those kind of like sci-fi MMOs. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Reminds me of what back in the day, Tabula Rasa, for those that remember that shit. Like, maybe, but then I heard, the survival stuff, crafting stuff, and I'm like, all right, well, is it really an MMO or is this like one of those like fake MMOs?
Yeah.
Smash, like you want to say
Like a
something?
gardening simulator.
No. I actually just have to go get up and go grab my pizza because it's almost done. So I'll be right back.
Italian and pizza. Wow. Stereotypes
Getting
write
last night,
themselves.
and I'm not even joking.
They write themselves. Next, she's going to have a fucking plate of pasta. Mo Zamboni with a 5. Hypnotic is the man. He is good people making great content. If you aren't subscribed, do so right now. 100K by the end of the year, I think so. Not with the way YouTube's going, but that's okay. I stopped caring about sub numbers a long time ago. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate you, man. We got Eric Jenkins, $4.99. If anyone want to gift me, S-Team code that's a long-ass team code, bro. God damn, did you just start Steam? That's crazy. Demon Carol for a 2. Someone gift Eric Jenkins Furry Shades of Gay 1 through 3.
That's crazy.
Mo Zamboni for a 2. My Steam account is almost 22 years old. 6 digits. Same.
Yeah, Hypnos is like that too. I saw it.
Old
I was
as
like,
fuck.
bro, this man had one account when that shit first started.
Well, I made an account to play Half-Life and Counter-Strike 1.6. That's what I'm way back when. My friends were talking about Counter-Strike. He fucking approached me. He's like, hey man, you play Counter-Strike? I'm like, what the fuck is Counter-Strike?
Your Steam library is as large as the Library of Alexandria.
Not quite, but hopefully it'll get there. We'll see. We got Rumble, and then we're gonna go gifted games, and then last topic. Where we at? Rumble, you guys are awake. Let's see. We got Studi Bibbs for a 10. Says today's stream is great. People in Rumble chat are also great. Also hit the like button. I agree. Shout out to Snooty. Thank you so much. Anti-Federal playing with a 5. Don't forget GOG summer sale. Games are cheap and no DRM. Fair. Anti-Federal playing with $1. Star Wars is a ripoff of Dune. Jabba is a ripoff of Leto 2. Fuck the new movies. Tell me, according to the new movies, why is spice important? It's kind of the whole premise of the universe. I think we got a hardcore Dune fan. Adair Soto with $1. Dying Light 1 is a good game. Hypnotic, you should really try it. Dying Light 1, I played that game. Yeah. And this game, you can literally kill children zombies. That's got to be fun for you.
That shit was that shit pissed me off. Those fucking zombie babies just sitting there crying the whole time. And you can't get near them. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Just kick them. Kick them.
It's like real life.
Oh, I mean, you probably have to stun them or something like that. But they start fucking crying and they got that fucking sound wave that keeps you from getting to them. And then a whole bunch of other zombies swarm you at the same time. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Dragon Reborn gifted 8 games. Dragon Reborn gifted The Witcher, the adventure game, which that sounds pretty interesting. He also gifted Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Oh, that's a fucking banger.
I didn't have on Steam, but I have on PlayStation. So there's
Yeah,
that.
they say Xenoverse 2. It's
Xenoverse
incredible.
2 is like that is the move for sure.
Yeah, that game's got more updates than World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
nice. Dragon Reborn also gifted Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokama Chronicles. Shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Second one's coming out. They're the second one that's coming out in August.
Is it?
Yeah, got
Nice.
a brand new one coming. It looks really good.
He also gifted Bloons TD6.
Dude, my son is like addicted to that game. It's a
Then
good.
he-
It's a good. What do you call it? Castle Rush game. What do you?
Oh,
call it?
Castle Defense.
Castle Defense game.
Or
Yeah, it's a
Tower
really
Defense,
good one.
rather.
Tower Defense. Yeah, it's a really good Tower Defense.
You know, I loved playing tower defense games. There was like a year or two where that was my genre. I just loved playing them.
Mhm.
And I think it's because I played some others before this, but the one I really enjoyed was Orcs Must Die. I really
Orcs Must Die is
really liked that game. And then I kind of just fell off on the entire genre. Dragon Reborn gifted Space Hulk Tactics. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for that. He also says, keep up the great work and keep on gooning. Hail Emperor Hypno, the Bigot Empire, Dragon Reborn, and gifted Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. Shout out to you, man. What a fucking legend, dude. That's
That
insane.
another Bandai Namco anime game.
This fucking guy
Yeah.
gifted Red Dead Redemption as well. Dude, what the fuck? Well, at least these are all on
Hey.
super sale, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right. What the fuck is this, bro?
Damn. Metal Gear, goddamn. Snake
Wow.
Or Snake Eater, I mean. I'm
I
tripping.
didn't even know it was out.
Holy
No, it's been out for a
shit.
little bit.
This game's not out yet.
This? No, it's not out.
I
This
could've
is
sworn
Metal
that
Gear
shit-
Solid Delta
this shit
Snake
was out
Eater.
like
No,
that.
it's not out yet. It's coming out soon.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit. That was
Yeah,
a
it's gonna be a
shock.
big deal when this
There you go.
drops.
People were asking me to review this. I was like, of course. No question.
I'm very, very worried for this game. I'm not gonna lie.
In what aspect?
Well,
What
actually,
aspect? I'm curious.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is like there's very few games that I would consider masterpieces, and I think Snake Eater is one of them. And I'm just worried that they're gonna remake it and they're gonna start fiddling with stuff.
Kojima's not attached to it, so who knows?
Exactly. Kojima's not there to oversee it. I don't trust them. It was one of those games where I'm like, I get why a remake would be made because it was so good, but at the same time, like it doesn't need a remake either.
So
is this a full
I
remake?
agree
I thought
with
it was
that.
a remaster.
I agree with that. I know they got the new Snake Eater song, which I haven't heard. I purposely haven't heard it because I wanted to wait till the game and whatnot. But apparently people say it's just as good as the original. Same person who sang it and everything. But from what I understand, the game is there's no censorship, and whenever they say that, I immediately think there is. But I can understand your fear because it's the same fear I had. I remember when I reacted to the announcement, I was like, what the fuck are they going to change? Because that's the first thing I thought of immediately. But all leaks and all like internal conversations are leading towards this game being pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see. But I am worried. I am worried as well because you're right. It is a masterpiece, especially from a storytelling perspective. The music too, everything. It's just the gameplay, and I don't like stealth games. Everybody knows that. But with Metal Gear, I make an exception because it's just it's that good.
Splinter Cell's a fantastic series.
Sasquatch gifted this. Shout out to Sasquatch. That was legendary, dude. Wow, you didn't have to do that, but you obviously did. Thank you, brother. We got Scrap Gamer. Says enjoy and keep on buying. Best wishes, Scrap Gamer. And he gives Salt and Sanctuary, which is another game that I played on PlayStation. Fantastic Souls-like side-scrolling game. If you want something that's going to be challenging, definitely consider Salt and Sanctuary. It's a really good game. It has that aesthetic. It has that vibe. What the fuck is this? This is what's going to happen when Dark Daring Duo make it to FatCon. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey kiss you. This game is crazy.
Crazy.
What is this game, bro? And what is that profile?
That's wild.
That is crazy.
The Trey's
People-
ain't gonna defend itself on that one.
Okay. Okay.
Good lord.
Okay. Okay. Did you gift this to the wrong person?
That's supposed to go to JT.
I already got that gifted to me.
Oh, I was gonna decline it and say give it to JT. Fuck.
You know
All
the
right.
funny thing is, I don't know if this one is given to me. There are two Robococks. I think I got the other one.
You shouldn't have said that because you're gonna get both now.
Good point.
Oh man. Shout out.
Damn.
No Hearts Left gives Gollum. This is
Bro.
also.
Oh,
I feel like,
You got a legendary fucking game, bro.
he says, I am planning something. Just wait, bro. That means he's going to drop like 40 games, bro.
Bro, Lord
In
of
one
Rings
shot.
Gollum is legendary.
That was game of the
That's
year,
the-
wasn't it?
That was the best performing game of all
Game
time.
of the fucking yes, of the all time.
Of
Absolutely.
the all time.
Like if you think Monster Hunter Wilds runs good, just
Wilds ain't
play
touching
Gollum.
Holy shit, Gollum.
Great Ape says supposed to be similar to Shadows of the Colossus. Really, pray for the gods. It says pray for the gods is a boss climbing open world adventure game where you play a lone hero sent to the edge of a dying frozen land to explore and solve the secrets of a never-ending winter.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Shadow of the Colossus.
I love
is one
Shadow
my
of the
favorite
Colossus
games as well.
Yeah, that's a
Great
good
game.
recommendation. Shout out to you. Look at this Hypno's cat. What do you call a woman who has an explosive temper and asks for the manager? Oh, come on, bro. Seriously? Karen scene? What the fuck is that, bro? And he gives Sons of the Forest. Shout out to Hypno's cat. Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate it.
No, you're supposed to say shout out to my cat.
If you ever want to do multiplayer on Sons of the Forest, I got it too.
Sounds good. Sorry, I had to get rid of the Italian. And then we got Anti-Federalist Pain, the legend, over on Rumble. Gifted Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader Lex Imperialis. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for that. And I think that's everything. I'm pretty sure we're caught up. Yeah, we're caught up. Let me check super chats, see if anything came in. I don't think so. Mo was the last one. Yes. Okay, we're fully caught up, boys. Shout out to you guys. Thank you. Wow, my Steam account. I think my backlog can last until I literally die. I'm pretty sure.
No,
so
not can, does.
There you go. What should we cover last? We got the Square Enix and we got Randy Pitchford. Which do you think is a better topic? Square Enix?
I'm sick of
Square
hearing about
Enix.
Randy Pitchford. He
Randy's
doesn't do
gonna have a
anything but
lot more
try to
bad
stay relevant.
takes.
Wait, say that again?
Randy's gonna have a lot more bad takes, so this is just one of them.
Well, I mean, Square has had a lot of bad takes too, which has resulted in a lot of interesting choices they've made. I mean, we can talk about Square.
I don't really have a preference either one. They're both
Somebody, I forgot who it was, specifically said is like, imagine the French influencing Japanese, basically the Japanese conceding to the French. Oh, it's Razor Fist that said. That's right. I just thought about it.
So we got about 20 some odd minutes. I want to talk about, if we're going to talk about Square Enix, I want to harp on a certain, because we got a lot of people who play turn-based games here, or at least some of us anyway. I want to harp on the conversation. So recently there was an investor during a Square Enix investors call that asked the question and said, are you acknowledging something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, are you acknowledging Expedition 33 success? And if you are, can we see a return to turn-based games for some prime franchises like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, which Final Fantasy being the main one, which is an interesting question. And they responded very vaguely, because they always do.
That's what
they responded with and again, I'm paraphrasing, with something along the lines of, we do acknowledge the success of Expedition 33, and that we at Square Enix are committed to providing more video games that are command focused like that in the future. So basically, they're going to be doing more turn-based games in the future. Now, Square does have a segment in their company, mainly the Asano team. So Team Asano does do a lot of their turn-based games, like your Octopath Traveler, for example.
Great game, by the way. Great game.
But in terms of main franchise games like Final Fantasy, well, everybody knows it's obviously been action combat for a long time. So my question for the panel today, as we talk about it, is, should there be a return to turn-based combat for their main line games, mainly Final Fantasy? And if so, why? And if not, why? You can start with Mike. Let's start with Mike, since he's the guest.
What are the sales like for the Final Fantasy remake games and 16?
I'm pulling those up right now. Last I had heard, well, we know that even without the numbers, it's below the expectations of what Square wanted.
Right.
That's what
so
we know
Final
so far.
Fantasy
So I'm pulling them
remake,
up
the
now.
first one, sold decent,
Well,
but it was
hold
still below where they wanted it to be.
Are we answering this question based off of how well it sells or what we want?
Both.
No, just based on what Mike said.
Yeah, I want to
It's
do.
really
I
about
want to
what you
do
want.
both. What I want. I would want it to go back to turn-based. Personally, I wouldn't have said that maybe 10 years ago, but I appreciate turn-based games a lot more now. I think Kingdom Hearts made me switch to action-based, but I don't know. I don't feel like Final Fantasy does it very well. I don't like them very much. I think 16 was a step in the right direction, but I think that's only because I'm pretty sure the guy that worked on some of the guys that worked on Devil May Cry worked on 16.
Yes, correct, Mike. Correct.
So yeah, so I prefer turn-based overall. Like when I go back and play RPGs now, I opt for turn-based. So that's what I would personally want. Whether it's the right move for the mainline Final Fantasy entries, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I just know that I'm sick of Final Fantasy 7. I wish they'd like do a remake of 8 or something.
I agree.
So
with that last take,
really quick, Final Fantasy 7 remake. I've said this many times that game, the only reason why that game sold 7 million copies is because of the misconception that people had about it immediately. Because when you saw Final Fantasy 7 remake, everybody thought they were going to get a modern Final Fantasy 7 with the same story that they fell in love with the first time. That's not what they got. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are hardcore, like all about defending Final Fantasy 7 remake. But at the end of the day, it's not the same fucking story. And it would be like, well, but the whispers are ensuring it's something similar. It's not the same fucking story. Just stop.
You mean the
not.
fucking plot ghosts?
It's not. Like, let's stop pretending that it is. And it's okay if you like it. I'm just saying it's not the same fucking story. So that game sold the amount of copies it did because of that. And Rebirth, last I remember, I don't know why the number's not there, but last I remember, Rebirth was half of the first one. So it's very clear that the people who got bait and switched checked out of the second one.
Yes, I did.
And whoever's left is the ones who are probably new to the franchise, which is fine. But the first one sold below what they thought it was supposed to sell. I think they were expecting 10 million or something like that. And the second one, I mean, they're not even going to talk about the second one because it's really bad. I'm curious to see what the third one's going to be, because I feel like the third one's probably going to sell just based off FOMO, where people who are probably familiar with the franchise just want to buy it to see how it ends or how they fuck it up. So it might do better than the second one, ironically. But
2 million was the number for on PlayStation. For Rebirth? Rebirth has only sold approximately 2 million copies on PlayStation 5.
Holy shit.
So that doesn't include Steam. When it hits Steam, and that was like all the hands on deck. Oh my God, this is not selling on PCs. So what we're seeing here is, and so like, I think to answer the question on is like turn-based a big facet of it. And Mike brought up a really good point of throwing in Kingdom Hearts. I know that's not the same as Final Fantasy. Square Enix has a real problem where their franchises are slowly dying off. And like we could debate that, but Kingdom Hearts, I did a whole research video on this last year. Kingdom Hearts is not compounding in growth the way that it should. Final Fantasy, we're seeing just in the numbers here, Final Fantasy is with each release dying off a very slow and painful, expensive death. I don't know if turn-based has everything to do with it. Maybe it does. I don't have the answer there. But the stories are convoluted. They're messy.
Yes, I, mean, I think that's the bigger problem with it. It's not. I think they focus too much on, oh, should it be turn-based? Should it be active? And it's like you get lost in the sauce of what even the fucking story is anymore. I got halfway through Rebirth and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on in this. And Final Fantasy VII is one of my favorite games of all time.
I will probably contribute that to Tetsuya Nomura not knowing what direction he wants to go in, but
they need to take the reins away from him
because he's in a lead, he thinks that he is basically the Adi Shankar of Square Enix right now.
Yikes! Don't want to be that.
So, but okay, so now really quick,
because I gotta go get the pizza because it wasn't done yet. My answer is, I would, and this is kind of like the cheap way out, but I want a combination of the two, just like what Expedition 33. Just give me more of that. That was perfect. That kind of combat it's a little bit of, oh, you can do free shots, you can active battles, you got to be paying attention to the hits, you got to do all that. It's amazing, but it's still turn-based technically. If they want to add more stuff going on top of the turn-based, I'm all for it. But keep it turn-based at the end of the day. I would default to that.
Okay. Fair
But now
enough.
I go get my pizza.
So Mike, now that you know the numbers, where do you stand with that then? What are you thinking?
It doesn't look good. I mean, I was definitely not into the remakes of Final Fantasy VII. I quite like 16. I'll be honest with you. It also doesn't feel that hard to follow from a narrative perspective. But I would like them to go back to turn-based for gameplay. And I do think they need to streamline the stories a bit more, because when you go back and play some of the older ones, like 4 is my favorite, it's not that hard to follow. It shouldn't be that hard to follow. I feel like Kingdom Hearts, although I love what Kingdom Hearts did, I feel like it had a negative effect on Final Fantasy. And they've never really recovered from that.
So my biggest issue, because I liked Final Fantasy 16, but I liked it for different reasons. But I also disliked it for a lot of reasons that are more for like Final Fantasy purist reasons. But Final Fantasy 16 was their way of essentially, from a narrative perspective, they tried to go more towards classic Final Fantasy, but in every other perspective, they didn't. Right. So like combat, they doubled down so hard on the action combat that it's basically Devil May Cry with Final Fantasy.
Yes, he's literally got Devil May Cry moves in it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the complete like double down. We're sticking to this no matter what kind of. It's just it's a DMC game with Final Fantasy on it. Number 2, they went from the prototypical party combat, which every Final Fantasy game, obviously, you have a party. That's the whole point. You have a group of people. No party in this game. Just one guy, Clyde, by himself, right? Obviously, you have other NPCs, but you only really fight with Clyde. So that's also a huge thing, right? So you got DMC combat, one character, no party, no summons in terms of regular combat. Can't summon. Like, in what Final Fantasy game can you not fucking summon? They took the summons and they turned them into your skills for combat. That's what you do. You absorb the summon from whoever the person who owns the icon. You absorb the summon and it becomes a new skill for fighting. What the fuck is that?
What would have been pretty interesting is if they decided to go like, the Digimon Frontiers route and go, okay, well, you were imbued with the spirit of a certain summon, so you can turn into that summon and something like that. Like you can use their abilities and you play as different characters.
So they kind of have that though. They kind of have that in 16 because you could become Ifrit. And the icon, the people who have the souls of the icon, they could become the icon, and you fight the summons, right? You could fight Garuda, you could fight Ifrit, you could fight the other summons, but the thing is, you can't summon. Like you can't do any summons. There's no party combat and there's no summoning. But you could become Ifrit and partake in a summon fight, if that makes sense. It just becomes another boss battle at that point, which is just fucking weird. It's like they complete you. So here's my thing. With the turn-based combat, yes, I think you should go back to the turn-based combat, but not just for the turn-based combat. You should go back to the turn-based combat because you guys are losing your identity. You're losing what Final Fantasy was for a lot of people. You're chasing this magic fucking audience that you think you're gaining here, but realistically, you're just losing that. You're losing what you are. And if you're at the point now where you got DMC combat, no summons, no party, this is not Final Fantasy, bro. You might as well just be Strangers in Paradise. So Strangers in Paradise, that was basically a Dark Souls Final Fantasy game. Just go be that. Like at this point, this is not a mainline Final Fantasy game. So I think if they go back to turn-based, it'll force them mentally to return back to what would be an actual Final Fantasy game. Because if you go turn-based, you're gonna have to bring those summons back. That's just part of the turn-based combat. You're gonna have to bring back the typical spells, your fire, your Firaga, your fucking Blizzard and Blizzara and Blizzaga and all that stuff. You got to bring it back at that point. It'll help them get back on track. But I also think Nomura is a big issue.
He's a mess.
Truth be told, Kingdom Hearts was so successful when it first came out that I think that's why they pivoted. Because Kingdom Hearts, if you wanted to do action combat, that should have been your franchise, right? If you should have kept Final Fantasy the turn-based franchise that it was, and you could make Kingdom Hearts your action-based combat franchise. But Kingdom Hearts also lost its identity because they took so many fucking years to come out with 3. They had one, and then they had 2. They had 2 come out a few years after. I remember reading about 2 in a magazine, as a teenager. Like that's how.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'm playing 3 as an adult, bro. Like I'm
Here's-
not like what the fuck.
Here's the even worse part about Kingdom Hearts, though, is that they released the first one, then they did like a mini side game, then 2, then like 7 other side games, and then re-released the same games over
7.
and over with.
It's more like fucking 10
Yeah, you're right. More like 18
You got cell
other
phone-
side games.
Bro,
with, like,
they had
fucking
a
Some
cell
of them are
phone
lost
game.
media.
No, let me
Some of them you
understand.
can't even play anymore, and it has deep lore connotations
Yes.
like to the entire, and you
There
can't even
was-
play those games ever again.
There was a mobile game. I forgot what it was
Recoded.
called. It was
Union.
recoded. Yeah, okay. That actually has really important story in it.
Yeah,
and it's a fucking mobile game. It's like one of the worst games ever.
And when Hypno says mobile game, he means like pre Nokia Engage level mobile game.
Yes,
like
it was that
bad.
fucking bad.
Was it 358/2? Was there one that?
No,
was
that was DS.
That was
yeah.
DS. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
there was
way
like
back,
serious
2003, 2004.
There was serious story implications, and I remember I skipped over the mobile one because I was like, I'm not playing a mobile game, and I got to
Miss
I
Lord.
think I got
Yep.
to Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance, and I remember just sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Okay,
was
now
lost.
I will say, in defense of Birth by Sleep, as a solo, as like its own standalone game, I think it was a pretty good setup to what could be, Xehanort's whole involvement with Organization 13 and
That
Kingdom
game is a
Hearts,
grind fest.
But hell,
To
yeah,
fill-
yes, the hell
to
it was.
pad it out with it's a grind fest with mini games that all suck because it was just because it was on the PSP, so they
Right.
needed to pad the window of time because the game is actually really short.
You basically play the same game you play the same story 3 times with 3 different characters.
Yeah.
And otherwise it was a pretty good like distraction, but other than that, they decided to do everything else except for finish the trilogy. And then once they finished the trilogy, it went over like a wet fucking it was worse than Final Reckoning. Kind of like conclusion. It was just bad.
People they said it was going to be the end. They
And
had
then they
said
said, "Here's
originally
more."
Kingdom Hearts 3 was supposed to be the final entry in this saga, and then they were going to do something different for the future.
The
They
Keyblade
continued
War.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Keyblade War. But now we're 6 years past that point, and there's been nothing new. So you're losing more people. Like the numbers, I think, because it was something around 6.7 million units were sold in 2019 for Kingdom Hearts 3. But if you do the math of what it should have compounded out to, it should have been closer to 10 million because it starts back to 2002. But this isn't just Kingdom Hearts. It's Square Enix as a company. If we look at Final Fantasy Remake, Rebirth, and Final Fantasy 16, each of those games cost anywhere between $140 million to $200 million. So this is a company that is having that massive corporate bloat spending problem, and the games aren't for any one audience. So they're trying to satisfy everybody. They're trying to satisfy the original fans. They're trying to bring in new fans, but they're satisfying no one along the way. Also, don't forget they're trying to satisfy the modern audience, and they don't buy games. So it's just become a complete mess of a company. And I don't think it ends well because they've already said that they've sunk about the same amount of money into the Final Fantasy VII 3, whatever the next game is going to be. So we're not even at a stage of course correction yet.
Dude, let me explain to people how many Kingdom Hearts games there are. So I'm not even gonna go over the obvious one, Kingdom Hearts 4, which it's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not out. Don't count.
So from 2002, you got Kingdom Hearts, and then you got Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Then you got Kingdom Hearts VCast, whatever the fuck that is. Then you got Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, right? Then that was in 2004. Then you got Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2005. And then after that, you have Kingdom Hearts 358 and a half days, 2009. Then you got Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, 2010. Then you got Kingdom Hearts Recoded, 2010. Then you got Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, 2011. And then you got Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, 2012. And then you got Kingdom Hearts X, 2013. Then you got Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix, 2014. Then you got Kingdom Hearts Unchained X, 2015. Then you got Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8, whatever the fuck that is, 2017. Then you got Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix, 2017. Then you got Kingdom Hearts Union X, 2017. Then you got Kingdom Hearts 3 finally in 2019. Then you got Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind 2020. Then you got Kingdom Hearts Dark Road 2020. Then you got Kingdom
Lost Media.
How Square Enix lost their identity, but continue.
Then you got Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory 2020. Then you got Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind 2021. And I'm sure there's others that are missing.
They basically did the Skyrim meme, and nobody said anything about it, or rather, nobody made a big deal about it.
I'm just saying this is fucking ridiculous.
It is
so
too much.
You went,
and it's
you
the
went
same
from,
story for
I mean,
6 of those
exactly.
iterations. It's the same exact story played
made a
out in
deal out of
different
it.
graphics.
People made a big deal out of it, but they were also like confused as fuck. They're like, "Is this the same game?"
It is the same game. You basically pay full price to play the same game again with like 2 extra minutes of context.
Yep.
Right.
I swear Final Mix and 2.8 are like basically the same shit as well.
Gee, where did Naughty Dog get their strategy from?
It's like,
That's
it's like when
It's
McDizzle
a mystery.
releases the Grum's director's cuts of his videos.
Yeah, extended, and re-extended, and then double
There you go.
re-extended, and then sleep remind extended. Anyway, it's fucking crazy. But in any case, there's a lot of So when it comes to turn-based combat, I think a lot of people probably agree to bring it back for Final Fantasy. I'm sure there's some that would say no, and that's okay. I think at this point it would really help them return mentally and also like with their games physically, just in general, return back to the drawing board and say what makes a Final Fantasy game, right? Because every Final Fantasy game is different. Every story is different, right? That's the beauty of it, unless it's a dash, whatever sequel. Every story is different. So you have the opportunity to use some similarities to draw in a little bit of nostalgia and introduce a new story to people. But when people play Final Fantasy, they're expecting a couple of things. They're expecting to see the summons with all the same names: Garuda, Ifrit, Shiva, etc. Right? Titan, Rama, whatever. They're expecting that stuff. They're also expecting chocobos. Imagine having a Final Fantasy without chocobo.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
That's fucking weird. Who did we lose? Wyatt, maybe.
Wyatt.
I don't know.
Oh, Wyatt.
Yeah. Wyatt probably had to cut out. Yeah, he says he's got to take off. Wyatt doesn't say bye. You imagine having no chocobos, because that's kind of how it felt not having summons or a party in the game of 16. I was like, this is not.
I'll tell you
Final
right
Fantasy.
now,
It's weird.
how to fix Final Fantasy in one easy step. Don't
hire Smash.
Well, I was just gonna say, don't convolute the story. Keep it fucking simple.
Yes.
If you want to have like a weird twist at the end or something, have at it. But all this fucking intricacies with all, it's like the original Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, especially in the US, were like you were
God tier.
a paladin.
Yeah.
I never say the word right.
Paladin.
Paladin.
In Paladin in Final Fantasy 2. And you were Cecil, and you're on the ship, and you went against the king, but the king was actually what was he? What do you call it?
Villain. Chaos.
Well, he was the villain, but he was like taken over by the villain. Like it was that kind of thing. It's like, oh, that kind of story, it resonates. You understand it. You know what you're doing. You know who the bad guy is. You know why, and you pursue to get to that end one. In Final Fantasy 3, you go on and pursue. Why the fuck can't I think of his name right now? What's the end boss in 6? What's his name again? The Kefka. Kefka. It's like Kefka was like the ultimate bad guy, and you want to pursue to get to him, and you want to try. They forget like why people are drawn to going back to the game to get at this. That is their purpose. And now it's like, oh, city dwelling, you get weapons and stuff, and maybe this guy's the bad guy, maybe this guy. Who knows? We never know where we're gonna go with it. It's like a fucking.
It's morally gray.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, like I said, I think they tried to go back to it from a narrative perspective. They even made like the final enemy Ultima and all that stuff. Like they tried, but you got to go back, man. You got to bring the spells back, bring the job class back.
The
job class back.
Class
bro.
was
Like,
crazy good.
Where are the jobs at, bro? Where's the black
I
mage?
love
Where's the
that.
white mage?
I
Where's
love
all
that.
that shit? That's
They got too advanced for themselves in it. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it's like we need to bring that shit back,
When you look at Expedition 33, some of the things that work for it, it's like, okay, yeah, the music, the gameplay, the story's there. But you know what? From the bird's eye view, it's kind of compact. It's got a small group of characters that you can hyper connect with You can emotionally connect with all these characters, and then
Yeah.
there's the world around it, which then you can go and explore to your heart's content. I think similarly to something like Final Fantasy X, which has something very similar. It's a small group of characters that you can very much connect with, and then you explore the world to your heart's content. They got to go back to something like that. And not 16 is massive with this massive world, and they do a really great job of telling you that you should care about everybody without giving you really a reason to. Like a lot of the goons and the rogues that you run around with, they just kind of, oh look, Gav is here. Why do I give a shit? You haven't given me a reason to care. Whereas when Alicia shows up in Expedition 33, the more you find out about these characters, you're like, oh damn, there's a lot of reasons to care about these people. And I think that's something that they're really missing. I think that's something they got to get back to.
They're missing that really strong cast. That again, you're not really going to get that if you're only playing as one guy the whole time. Sure, you can have other NPCs that you interact with that slowly but surely maybe you care about them, maybe. But ultimately, a lot of the best Final Fantasy games were because you had that cast along with you for the ride.
Correct.
And you discover new characters throughout the game and whatnot. So it's just one of those things, man. But in any case, we'll see what ends up happening, I guess, in the future. But I highly doubt. I think Square is going to double down on Final Fantasy. We'll know for sure. We'll see what happens with Final Fantasy 17 whenever that's revealed. But I'm pretty sure 17 is going to be a PlayStation 6 launch title, probably. If I had to guess.
I think you're right. I think they'll double down as well. I don't blame them for switching to action though, because at the time, I think everybody, or most people I remember being around, were like, why ain't Final Fantasy games like this? I kept on hearing that from people. And I remember playing Kingdom Hearts and even thinking to myself, wow, this is way better than Final Fantasy. So I think the player base probably contributed to the problem as well. But I think times have changed now.
Yeah. All right, boys. Let's catch up on Super Chats. Anybody got to go? Because I know it's getting late. So anybody got to go before I... It's not that many, but...
Nah.
I can hang.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll do them. We got Mystic Vegeta for A5 says, if anyone knows a VTuber, Azalea 22, apparently trying to raise money for a sick dog streaming now. Don't know of her, but it's for a pup. Never heard of this person.
Azalea.
I have to check it out after the stream. Nexus Nocturne for 2 mainline Final Fantasy should be turn-based. Spin-offs as action. See, I don't mind that. Like if you had mainline turn-based and then like Final Fantasy Stranger to Paradise, like I said, that's like a Souls-like action-y kind of Final Fantasy game or Crisis Core. That's fine. That's fine. Perfectly fine. But the mainline games, the main draws, it should be, you should go into that knowing what to expect and at the same time entering a new world, so to speak. Elegant Ego for a 10. Final Fantasy is seen as an old person game. Ouch. What the ow. God,
I mean,
really?
feel attacked.
It's not wrong.
Really?
True, but why? Why you say that?
Mike is wait, what? Really? Ow.
Yeah, I mean that's what they say to me. I get called old man all the time for like talking about Final Fantasy 4.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
That's the world we live in, huh? All right, well. Old and dated is my favorite one is Final Fantasy 13. Young people don't want Final Fantasy. They failed to make it new with crazy animations and world that feels lived in. They said at 29, by the way. Oh, makes sense. All right, fair.
Maybe I just feel like they got away from what made it special, trying to keep up with what people wanted instead of remembering why people loved it.
Yeah, I think they did try to reinvent, like you said. I think they did try to reinvent a little bit of the franchise, but unfortunately, they just went the wrong direction. They were reinventing it in ways that was done with really bad advice from not only their consultants, but also just their ethics department. There's a bunch of shit when it comes to Square Enix. Pippa with a 5. I want Square to make games with turn-based combat and character designs akin to Dead or Alive Venus Vacation. Okay, fair enough.
God. No. That Dead or Alive Venus Vacation is killing the chance of Dead or Alive fighting games actually coming back.
Why is that?
Is that like a beach game?
Yeah, because the game is doing well, and they're gonna be like, well, why would we make a fighting game if we could just make a stupid dating simulator? Yeah, it sucks because Dead or Alive is an amazing fighting game with very like intricate and interesting mechanics, but it takes a lot of work to develop a game like that versus just making a dating simulator where the girls are just at the beach all the time.
Yeah, it's funny because my wife actually asked me about that game as well. and I broke it down to her, and I told her exactly why I hated it.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate the fact that it's doing well as well, and they're probably never getting another Dead or Alive.
Next is Nocturne with a 5. I love villains that actually had good points to be villains, not just evil for the sake of evil.
I'm okay with evil for the sake of evil. I don't like when villains are. I will say
misunderstood.
Yeah, I don't like the misunderstood villains. I'm fine with good points to be villains as well, because like you have, for example, Griffith. Griffith had, I mean, he did everything wrong. Don't get me wrong, but you know, he also has a motive behind why he became femto and stuff like that. So
right,
I understand that. I like villains like that as well. Dio being evil because he's just a dick. It's stupid, but I like it. I mean,
I like the Joker because, you know, the famous line, he just wants to see the world burn. Not everybody needs a motive. Some people just like the chaos. And I feel like those are sometimes the best villains because you don't know what the fuck they're going to do.
Exactly.
You don't know how far they're going to go, you know, because you don't know what his limit is. You know what every other character's limit is.
Yeah.
Right. You know, Batman's limit, right? You know, everybody else's limit but his. So it makes it interesting.
It's like Dragon Ball Z villains. A lot of them are just dickheads for no reason.
True.
Yeah, they just kill. Like Frieza doesn't really have a reason to be that racist or that genocidal.
He just hates those space monkeys.
Yeah,
well, his reason is he knows he's stronger than pretty much 99% of them, and he just likes to fucking just be a dick, just dominate the weaker race, according to him. He's a racist fuck. We know that. Frieza's hilarious, though. Come on, you gotta admit.
He is.
And when he gets felted, it's the best. Like when he truly gets wrecked, bro. I would live for like. Remember when? Okay, so really quick. Remember when Frieza came back, and he really thought like this was it. Like he was gonna have his comeback moment that he could take on a fucking Goku. At least that's what he was thinking at the time anyway. And then Trunks shows up and as a teenager, just like fucking felts Frieza in like two swings,
like instantly.
I would have loved it if Frieza was so weak at the time and so much time has passed. If like somebody like Yamcha showed up and just felted Frieza, that would be hilarious, bro. Just imagine Frieza, the king of evil, getting destroyed by Yamcha. It's just funny.
I will say, I like his glow up moment in Resurrection Death because Gohan was he was beating the brakes off his whole squad, and he just showed up and was like, "I'm gonna hit you so hard that you're gonna die and require a sensu being, bro. Like that's it. I'm cooking your ass."
Frieza has the most OP plot armor though.
He
and
does.
I know like he usually loses and stuff. I get it. But this guy can fucking match other people's powers that took him two fucking 2 or 3 arcs to get to. He'll just magically whatever. Just
he'll train for like 3 months and then he's already past him.
he's Frieza black right now.
Yeah.
Because he trained for however many years. And then came and then he one-shot fucking Goku and Vegeta at the same time.
In their best forms.
In their prime forms. Like, what? What are you talking about?
I've got a theory about because you know Frieza got that power in another universe when he became Frieza Black. Because at the time, I think the main character he had wished to be the strongest person in the universe.
Correct.
But when Frieza came down, he was obviously stronger. So I was like, Frieza must have gone somewhere else and trained with someone. And I'm like, maybe Cooler, maybe his brother's in another universe and there's like Cooler Black and Frieza Black. I'd love that.
Bro, I don't know, man, but this whole Black Frieza arc is just ridiculous, bro. It's just like this guy, bro, you got a Game Shark somewhere or something? Like, what are you doing, bro? You cheating?
Yeah, of course he does.
Hypnotic semi-autistic grandson with a 5 fake wizard looks like if Matt Walsh was incognito.
That's crazy.
That's good. Also for a 2, this name change is gay, by the way. Sorry, man. I know YouTube's gay. Toxin with a 2, big booty femboy Kuja is the best. Oh, come on, bro. Don't do Kuja like that, bro. Kuja has the most legendary, or one of the most legendary boss fight musics of all time. I'll fight anybody on that. The most legendary setup, like transformation.
I'm not gonna fight you on that one.
And then the ending of the fight too, when he casts Ultima, because he's like, you know what? If you're gonna beat me, I'm taking everybody with me. I'm destroying the whole fucking. I mean, that was amazing.
To put it in a perspective, right? Genesis from Crisis Core was based off of Gact, who is one of the most legendary Japanese musicians of all time. If Gact had influence in his final theme, I think it could have been on par with Kuja's.
Perhaps.
That's how good Cooch's is.
I just don't like the way 9 ended because after that amazing battle, and after beating Kuja and him trying to destroy the world with him,
right
out of nowhere, the final boss is someone you never met the whole game. I'm like, what? Why? Who are you? Why am I fighting you? Like, why are you here? It's like, oh, I'm the real bad guy. Like, so
okay.
He's not.
He's the dude.
I hate that, bro. Don't introduce a new character at the last second. They did that with Final Fantasy Endwalker. I can't stand it.
He's the dude in the business suit from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Well, they did it with
stand it.
Phantasy Star too, but it made sense in a weird way. But
I would understand if there was like lore that was building up to it, you know, like the history or the whatever of Necron and whatever, something, anything. There's almost nothing, like literally zero. And then you beat Kuja and it's like, hey, I'm Necron. I'm the actual real bad guy. Like, oh, okay. That's great. Thanks, Necron. Let's make this quick so I can get to the ending. Griffin Claw, last one for the 2. Chaotic Neutral is absolute chaos. Random as hell. There you go. And then on Rumble, we got a Dare Sultan for $1. Says bring back the class system as well. I missed those. I agree. Yeah. And then Deadeye's Lock for $1. You know what's ironic? Octopath 1 and 2, Bravely Default series, and Triangle Strategy
really good.
As what old Final Fantasy had in terms of classes and turn-based. Final Fantasy now want to be Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yep.
Correct.
Well
It's
said.
fair. Well, that's why I said Team Asano, they're really the only ones that are putting out turn-based games. But again, they're great games, but they don't have the namesake of Final Fantasy. Like everybody's looking for that mainline franchise to go back.
In a weird way, it's kind of hitting on what we were talking about with Resident Evil earlier, where it's like they're losing their identity because they're going so far away from what made the original game special to be like create a new series and people can love that series, but you're too worried about starting a new IP and having it fail that you're just like, we're going to attach it to this famous one and go with that direction.
Which is why they're seemingly going back to the third-person option. Because they took it out in 7, brought it back as a DLC in 8, and now they're putting it right away from the start in 9. Yep. So makes sense. All right, guys, we are fully caught up everywhere. Shout out to all of you. What an amazing fucking stream.
Mike, you got to be tired, bro.
It's
the things they say we don't do.
Damn.
Ryan used to do this every day. Oh, every Saturday, I should say. Every Saturday.
I don't know how he did that.
I don't know how he did it either.
He was jobless. It's fine.
All
right.
So now he's dead.
Yeah, RIP. That's crazy.
In Minecraft.
That's
no,
crazy.
in real life. What do you mean?
All right, boys. Let's do our outros. We're gonna start with Real Life Fake Wizard. Shout out to you. Do your outro.
Shout out to me. I'm going to live forever. I'm going to be with Smash JT at the Southeast Game Exchange, July 18th, 19th, and 20th. Come check it out live in person. It's going to be a good time. Stream tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern for the Wizard Crash Out. Happy to be here. Happy to be part of the panel. This was a lot of fun, and those Steam sales suck. So that's my outro.
I don't think they suck. Stop.
I think they suck.
No.
I think they suck.
No.
It's a precursor for what's to come, and I'm concerned.
Perhaps we could talk. Yeah, that I could agree with.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
think they suck though. That's all right. All right, Mike Hollow, man. Thank you again for hanging out with us. It's awesome having you. Seriously, and I'll let you kick my ass in video games one day soon, whenever I can finally get some fucking time.
Yeah, man. Forward to it. Maybe Virtua Fighter 6, because that's going to be the next fighting game that no one's touched yet.
That is the next one. True. We'll talk about it. We'll make it happen. I need to bring back Fight Night, man. I love doing Fight Night. I know Will wants to do it. We used to every Tuesday we would play Super Smash or just whatever, and we would play for like 2-3 hours. Just like
we should
make a private lobby and just fucking trade blows and fight each other. That's basically it.
Yeah, man, I'd love to. Just let me know whenever you're ready, and we'll play.
Hell yeah! Do your outro. Tell everybody who you are, where to find you, what you got coming up.
So you can find me on Mike Hollow on YouTube or Mike Hollow on Twitter. In terms of my YouTube channel, I'll be honest with you, I don't really have like plans on a day-to-day basis. I just kind of wake up and see what's going on. So I normally I'll stream like 4 times a week, and we do like random podcasts. It'd be good to have you on at some point, Hypno, as well.
Yeah, make it happen.
Yeah, so there's probably going to be some like quite controversial videos on my channel coming up about Smash Brothers and some things going on in some Discord servers. So if
we
you
don't.
wanna,
I don't know about you, Mike, but we don't do controversy here. I'm sorry.
I know I don't want to drag you into anything. I know you guys are
please,
squeaky clean
please.
over here.
We very clean. Yeah, please, please.
But yeah, if you guys are interested in like some of the darker sides of the fighting game community, then that's mostly what I'm doing these days. So yeah.
Nice, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Smash.
I will
Listener
be.
Conte. What else?
Well, actually, interesting turn of events during the stream. I've been informed that apparently Hassan Piker was reacting to one of my videos.
Oh no, that's
Yes.
oh god.
So that just happened. So I will be talking about that.
That's
On...
gonna make her flood. No, it's gonna be bad. Oh my god. She's gonna be like, yes, daddy, get that bigoted son of a bitch. Yes.
Well, you say that, yes, but I also think there's a part of her that would be like, why is he talking about him and not me?
True. Actually, true.
So there'll be that, I'm sure, aspect to it as well. So I'll be reacting to that alongside a slew of other wild things that took place today. So I'll be streaming in about 1 minute and 30 seconds or so over on my channel.
Too long. Rating somebody else.
I'll start the stream right now, damn it. I'll start the intro now.
Oh, before you start your stream, your camera's been lagging for the last hour and it's been pausing itself on really bad pauses. So
really? Has it?
Yeah, like full open mouth, like sometimes just really bad. Really bad.
No.
So before it gets clipped elsewhere, I don't know who would clip it, but before it gets clipped.
Right.
Fix it. Sheep.
He's muted.
Well said for sure. Definitely well said.
Definitely muted.
Yep.
What did he say?
Appreciate that. Thank you for pointing that out because I did mute myself. I was talking to my wife about something, but I will be streaming in a little bit myself. I have to use the bathroom and then get a couple things set up here. And
guys, can we really quick? Sheep City streams games often. Number one, number two, it's a lot of fun watching him play video games. I watch all the time. Sometimes I don't chat, but I watch all the time. And apparently I have the wrong channel in the comments for the longest time. I have finally fixed that. The proper channel's in the description now. So can we go and subscribe over to Sheep City? And I'm going to read history. You're going to be live after this?
Yeah, I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'm going to come back up and start up Power World again.
Put that shit live and leave like a starting soon thing or something.
I will do that right now, as a matter of fact.
I'm going to raid Sheep. Go check out Sheep's channel. And if you enjoy watching him game, consider subscribing. But if you don't enjoy it, well, don't subscribe because we want dead subs.
Well, my motto is, that's my wife's song. My
Nice.
motto is, you may not laugh, but I promise entertainment. So
there you go. I like it.
There's that.
Yeah. What else you got?
Aside from that, I'll be working. That's about it. I got manga stuff that I'm still working on. I'm doing a picture, a 4th of July picture for the wife right now. And once I get that cleaned up, that's I'm going right back into drawing some panels. So
Sonia, that's the wrong channel. The channel is still Sheep City and not regular Sheep City. Sorry, I had to fix her. My bad.
All good. But that was pretty much all I had to promote. Go read manga.
Yes, go read manga. Last but not least, Atreus. Well said, sir.
Yes.
Well said. I figured as much because the camera was off. He's probably.
Yeah, I think he's been gone for like the past hour.
Yeah, once we started talking about Final Fantasy, he's like, "Fuck this white people shit. I'm out." Like, that's what he would say. All right, man. Thank you guys so much for the insane support today. Seriously, this stream was wild. I appreciate it. Again, shout out to Mike Howell for joining us. This was awesome. We'll try to have him back again at some point. I know it's rough because of the time, but we'll make it happen. And that's basically it, man. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. You guys already know what I do every day. Sunday through Friday, HypnoCast, 9 p.m. Eastern. Griffcast, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. 2 streams every day gaming on the other the gaming channel. And then obviously SNH every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And a manga channel that I never promote that's apparently doesn't get any views according to some people, which I found to be very interesting. But in any case, which also shout out to you guys. You guys showed up so much that I'm now averaging on the manga channel higher views than ever.
Yeah, dude, what's the name of your manga channel, by the way?
I'll give you one guess. Fuck, sheep, man.
Oh, my bad.
Come on. It was supposed to be one of those obvious things, man. The manga
I
channel
completely
is finally, it's getting close, but the manga channel is almost up to 850,000 views every 28 days. It used to stick like to around 500,000 to 600,000, but lately it's been really booming, and I think people are just like going crazy with it. So, but thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. All right, guys.
Real quick,
What?
is my
Yeah.
camera good or has it been freezing up?
It
still?
seems oh.
Well, I'm gonna.
You like
it's still freezing up.
All right, I'll have to restart my computer then. All right.
All right, boys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, you already know, go be bigots, go be gooners, and check out the outro. We're gonna raid sheep after this, and that'll be it. Okay, bye.
Godspeed.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you can't. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. The dog. Or her cat was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in, make her lady gay. Fuck baby gay, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in a queenie and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Cause it's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.